And welcome back to Memorial Stadium, Leon H. Brigham Field. I'm Rick Dupree, joined by, as Juan Cotto was calling him, the coach, Jay Yeezy.
Jay, well,
John
Yasutake.
Yasutake.
You're the coach too. So
yeah, we have all coached. We are getting ready for game number 2, Garfield and Ballard, the Bulldogs and the Beavers. And oh, what a game it should be. Garfield, a big winner last week, 58-0. Over AC Davis from Yakima, and
4A team.
Yeah,
4A team. Yeah.
And they made that trip for AC Davis back to Yakima a difficult one. And the Bulldogs erupted in the second half. They were leading 7-0 at halftime and put on a show in the second half. 51 points and won at 58-0.
What did Pat McCarthy say? He wanted to know what Reg Witherspoon said to the team at halftime.
Yeah.
Reg Witherspoon's the coach of Garfield. Hey,
right. And we had Reggie Witherspoon and our Player of the Week, Jacoby Cochran Jr. on last night on Metro Sports Weekly.
Well deserved.
Yeah, and Coach and Braden Smith, runner-up, had a great game at Seattle Prep. And so, again, just recognizing all of these great student athletes. But I tell you, it's interesting because Coach Witherspoon last night talked a little bit about this season. He said, the spring season they lost to Ballard by a point, and they had a tough spring in terms of a win-loss, the win-loss record. But he said at that time in the spring, this is a young team. I'm excited for next year, and next year is here, and this team is 3-0. And he said they're basically billing it as their revenge tour. Right. And so they're coming in, and it's like, hey, we got something to prove every week, week in, week out. And so expect to see some highlights tonight. Garfield, an electrifying team. This is our first broadcast with Ballard, and so we're excited to bring you the Beavers as well. And the Beavers, again, a great program under their head coach. Excuse me.
Ross Humphreys.
Thank you. I was trying to remember Ross. I'm looking on the roster, and where's the head coach? I got all the assistant coaches. But Ross Humphrey, and we talked to him last year, and this program has taken a huge shift under his leadership, and they have averaged since he's taken. I want to say this is year 6. I'll look at my notes in a moment and get that accurate. But this team has averaged as a team. Better than a 3.0 grade point average. They've had a number of players that have gone on to play. And so just a great program under Ross Humphreys and what he has been able to do here as head coach of the Ballard Beavers. So with that said, they're about to have either probably the Pledge of Allegiance. So the players are lining up on each side. We're on, I guess, John, would this be the north side of the field? Right. And that is the Garfield side of the field, Ballard on the south side of the field. Typically, they say you're running north and south. This field actually goes east and west. John, on a north and south field, I was known for running east and west a lot. But that's okay because when I turned up north and south, the results were usually good.
Well, you were a dang good football player, Rick.
So thank you.
Don't discount that, man. Your brother was a heck of a ball player too, David.
Oh, David Dupree, yeah, he is. He's the athlete in the family.
He's in my age group.
Yeah. David just turned. Well, not telling your age, but I'll tell his. David just turned 75, and doesn't look. It got a full head of hair, and I've had to shave mine a long time ago. I got more gray than him, and he's 16 years older than I am.
He's one of the fastest cats I've ever been on the field with, man. I swear.
It's interesting you say that because David went to UW on a split track football scholarship. He didn't play his senior year, Jim Owens and all of the racial tension, but he told me a story, and I'll never forget this. And he talked about playing USC, and he said he always lined up inside because he wasn't worried about it. He was fast enough. Anybody getting outside, he was going to catch him, so he wasn't worried about that, except for number 32 for USC, O.J. Simpson. Anyway, long story short, one game, and I think USC had the ball on the 20 or 30-yard line, and a couple of plays, and O.J. Simpson got knocked out of, so he went out, and David didn't realize he came back in, and so he was lined up inside. And when he realized it was too late, and they did student body right, and he said O.J. got the ball, and he said he had an angle on him, and then he didn't. And he said he went from seeing the front of him to looking at his jersey in the back. But he said, he ran against O.J. in track as well. They both ran the third leg. And so he got to know OJ well back then.
Olympic College goes to Taft College, which is one of the higher rated junior colleges years ago. The running backs got AMF typed on their, pinned it on the back of their shoes. And we said, what does that mean? These guys are standing out there, all white uniforms with sunglasses. AMF, adios, MF.
Woo! All righty then.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And that beat us 56-0 Olympic.
So the Bulldogs are kicking from west to east and deep for Ballard. They have a couple of players. I can't see their numbers, but that's okay. Oh, high kick. It's going to go.
Oh, he fielded
into the end zone, and the runner's coming out, and he's going to take it out to about the 16-yard line. I believe, John, if I'm not mistaken, that was number 3, Jalen Edwards, the senior. And Jalen Edwards took it out right at the goal line, and he takes it out they're going to mark it at the 17-yard line. So the Beavers will take over 1st and 10, the first offensive possession of this ball game against the Bulldogs on their own 17-yard line. Rick Dupree, John Yasutaki, under the lights, Friday night football right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Game of the week, ladies.
Yes, indeed.
And that's called a loss because you can't make it to the 20. It's considered a loss because that's where you would have got the ball on a touchback.
So if you're bringing it out, you better make sure you can advance it beyond that. And Mr. Edwards did not. Good coverage by the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs, John, a team I think that just continuing to build more and more confidence as they play each week.
They got trips left on this one.
So Ballard, one running back in the back, the handoff up the middle. Nope, check that. The quarterback kept it, and he's going to be sacked for a loss back to about the 12.
They got in there quick. God, they got in there quick.
Yeah, Garfield's got some speed on that defensive side of the ball. I'm trying to see the number of the quarterback, so we'll get that for you in just a moment. I apologize that we don't have that right offhand. We just get the rosters here. And I believe the quarterback is number 8, Kellen Queen.
Yep.
So Kellen Queen in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers to his right, 1 wide to the left. They're in the middle of the field. And the handoff to the running back. And not a lot of room there. And Kane tackled at about the 13-yard line. Maybe a yard.
Maybe a yard.
That's it. That was number 9, Sam Crocker, the senior running back. 5'11", 205. Didn't matter.
They're running hurry up.
Yep. So no huddle offense. And now 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And Garfield has a Raphael Justice. Poppy Justice is right up in his face playing that man coverage on number 2, Dominic Hayes. And we've got a flag, and it's going to be an offsides on the defense. So, John, a little anticipation there.
Well, that's what happens when you're playing against a hurry-up offense. You get speeded up, and that's what happened. He jumped across the line of speed into the neutral zone.
So the ball comes out to the 19-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 8 for the Beavers. Right. First offensive possession of this ball game, 10:44 left to go. So we're about a minute and 20 seconds into quarter number 1.
Garfield's winning the stand-up 4.
And receiver and pass is going to be just overthrown. Yep. Looking for Alex Good. And Kellen Queen, I should say, the pass just over the head, a little overthrown. So that's going to make it 4th down. And, the punting unit is on and deep for the Bulldogs. That young man that last week had quite a game, Jacoby Cochran Jr. And one of the reasons, John, I was tracking because for the Memorial Classic, they were asking us to kind of track and give them being the Seattle School District offensive and defensive player of the game. And I was going to select Jacoby as a defensive player of the game. He had a key interception, but late in the ball game, he had a pass and catch. Right. And went for 70 yards and then another 59-yarder. And he had a great game on both sides of the ball. He is deep to return the punt. And whistle blown. And I believe it's going to be
delay of game.
Yep, delay of game. So,
I'm trying to call Garfield's defense on that last series, and it's very unorthodox because everybody was standing. It wasn't a down traditional 3 or 4. Odd front or even front, they were all standing. And I said, well, that's kind of interesting there.
Well, when you got athletes and it's guys, you remember LT kind of just totally revolutionized that linebacker position. He would line up on the line, linebacker always standing and coming off the edge. He was a beast. And Garfield's got some athletes, and Coach Witherspoon has these guys. Yeah.
Nobody's in the down position. Everybody's in the up position.
So good snap, the punt, and it's going to be fielded at the 49-yard line. Jacoby Cochran.
He's got a hold.
Across the 40. He's got some room. Gets past a couple of tacklers. Makes another move. He's on the run. He breaks another tackle all the way down to the 24-yard line. Oh, Jacoby Cochran Jr. electrifying the crowd, I should say, with about a 25-yard return from the 49 down to the 24. So the Bulldogs, John, great field position with their first possession.
That was a good punt. Got up there in the air, but got up there in the air high enough for the guy to field it, Jacoby to field it. But, man, he cut through that slot, that opening, and it's gone.
He hit it. And, it's interesting. I asked Coach Witherspoon, I said, what can you tell me about Jacoby? He said, Rick, he's a great student. He's getting several schools showing interest. He's got great character, and he's an even better teammate. And that says a lot about the young man.
He's a leader.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Bulldogs lining up a full house backfield, and a quarterback, E.J. Camino. I believe I'm pronouncing right. I asked Coach Witherspoon, how do you pronounce it? He said, well, think of Camino. So Camino. I hope I'm pronouncing that E.J. under the center.
Hold on. Something, the time.
So they're getting the clock.
Right.
Yep. So the game clock on the field now showing 15 seconds. The Bulldogs lining up. Double tight end, 3 backs in the backfield.
That's an offset eye. It looks like an offset eye. Oh, my goodness.
And the handoff to the running back, and that is number 27. And I tell you what, that is Rayon Hampton. And Rayon Hampton had 3 scores last week. And he cuts it back, gets it on the right side, cuts it back, and picks up about 7 down to the 19, maybe 18-yard line.
Again, they're in the eye, straight eye.
With 2 receivers split wide to the right, 1 to the left.
Changing format, second man through.
And the handoff to Hampton again. He breaks a tackle, another tackle. He's on the run. Touchdown.
He's gone.
Rayon Hampton. Oh, my. 20, 15, 16 yards, I believe, John.
Roll your hips, roll your high, and wrap him up. They didn't wrap him up, and he kicked out of that tackle, and he was gone.
Rayon Hampton just continuing to add on his scoring splurge. Last week had 3 TDs and adds another one here. 9:46 left to go in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs are on the board.
It didn't look like there was much there. There was a little bit of a give, and then he just cut into it, and he kicked through that tackle, and he was gone.
And you said it, John. He kicked through that tackle, and that's a high step and keeping those legs moving, and reminiscent to a certain degree of Walter Payton. You remember Walter Payton? I tell you, his philosophy was, I'm going to deliver the blow.
Right.
I'm going to make the defender pay for coming up trying to stop me.
Right.
And Rayon Hampton did that. Rayon Hampton, he is I was trying to see if we had. No, he's a senior. He's in the other running back, Jimmy Miller, a sophomore.
Okay.
And between the 2 of those guys, I tell you, they get it done.
Yep.
I was trying to see if we had a height and weight listed. We don't for the Bulldogs. But Rayon Hampton.
Good snap, good kick.
And the kick, and the Bulldogs have a good kicking game and a great kicker in senior Marcus Merkelbot. And the extra point is up and good. So Garfield leading it by a score of 7-0.
Yeah, all these wonderful, sweet runners and receivers, but it's as we say, us big fat linemen that do the work.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, I don't care as a running back, and I valued my linemen and let them know, hey, I appreciate you, and no, I can't get anything done without you.
I'm not saying Edwin Bailey, big fat line. I said, Edwin Bailey, you'll love what I just said.
Yeah.
It's the lineman. It's your line. That's why you have 7 of them.
Yeah. Well, Edwin made a good point. He said you look at linemen that are in the Hall of Fame, and in a measure is you take a look, what do their backs do? Yeah. And you had great backs, but those great backs had to have a great line. And if you have consistently with an offensive line, you have running backs that are getting 1,000+ yards. That's telling you something about that offensive line.
Right. You have to look at the guys up front. Well, they look at the PCC, PCA. They say, great quarterback coming out of Dan Potts. Who's blocking for him and who's catching the balls? I mean,
exactly.
Quarterbacks are great, but you got to have, not Dan Potts, but guys that played in the PCA.
Yeah, you got to have, So 9:46 left to go in the first quarter, and Garfield on the scoreboard first. A great punt return by Jacoby Cochran Jr. gave the Bulldogs great field position, and then Rayon Hampton took it in from 16 yards out.
That's a heck of a kick.
Merkelbach, oh my goodness, takes the receiver
zone.
About 6 yards deep in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Marcus Merkelbach, I tell you what, getting more and more confidence in his leg, and he is showing it.
What do we say? Offense brings the fans. Defense wins the game. Special teams, kicking game, etc. wins the championship.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And you put all three of them together, and you're clicking on all cylinders. Watch out. And the Bulldogs are doing that so far. So the Beavers will take over on their second possession. We are 2 minutes and 14 seconds into this ball game, and the Bulldogs lead it 7-0. Kellen Queen, the quarterback for the Beavers.
They're in a 4 with the man standing, so that's actually.
And the handoff to the running back. Good hole, and that is a Sam Crocker. And Crocker's going to take it out across the 25 and just short of the 26, and Ballard right there on the line. So a gain of about 5, 2nd and 5 for the Beavers. The ball just outside the 25-yard line.
They're in a hurry up.
Again, handoff to Crocker again, and good hit.
He made it to the line of the game, but he took a lick.
That was Michael Montgomery coming up with the hit, but a first down across the 30 to the 32-yard line. So the Beavers with their first down of the ball game. And the Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs timing and just a little off.
Remember what we said?
That was Denali Dukes. Yeah.
That mindset of a hurry-up offense gets you thinking fast.
Yeah.
And that just throws you off.
And Denali Dukes coming in looking to blitz and just mistimed it, and he kept going, and there was no snap. Now he's calling he's making a motion to the sideline. I'm not sure what. So that's a 5-yard penalty. So that'll come out. The ball come out to the 37 for the Beavers. First and 5. 9:15 to go in the first quarter. Garfield leading 7-0 over the Beavers. Snap to Queen and the handoff and breaking a tackle in the back. That is Sir Haney, but tell you what, nowhere to go.
Right.
And among the Garfield players there to make the stop, John, I believe, was big. Trying to see number 55, and that is Matua Whalen.
Okay. Yeah, number 55. Okay.
So it's a loss back to the 35-yard line, a loss of about 2.5. So it'll make it 2nd and about 7.5 to go.
The best I can give you folks is that Garfield's running an odd front. They got a guy over the center, and they got 2 guys ostensibly would be tackles. It would almost be a 3-5 or 3-4 with 3-4-4. But they have a guy sometimes come up and stand, so it's almost like a 3+1 standing, which makes it a 4, right? When you have 4 on the line. That's 4 up, 3 under, or 4 under, actually 5 under. That's linebackers, and then you have 2 deep.
Yeah, they've got the corners are playing pretty tight on the receivers.
Right there, bump coverage, as they say.
So right now, Garfield in like a 3-man front.
They got 2 safeties.
The pass rush coming. The screen is set up, and it's set up good. And there's some running room, and that is Sir Haney. He's on his feet still, across the 45 for a first down out to the 47-yard line. So well-run play there. Yeah. And again, taking advantage of, Garfield coming in, that rush.
Yep.
And we got a Garfield player there that is a Matua, and he goes down. Looks like he's holding on to either. Yeah. And he may have taken a helmet on that, taking a shot on it. So you see he was trying to limp off and then went down on the ground. So the trainer's out. They will tend to him and see what's going on. And Garfield can ill afford to lose Big Matua Whalen, the senior.
He's their anchor down there.
Yeah, he really is on that defensive line. Yep. So we hope it's nothing serious. And again, John, I didn't see anything, where it looked like where he twisted it or anything like that. So maybe just, again, a helmet or shoulder pad to the knee. We'll see what happens.
Well, one of the things that, and Edwin will tell you, is guys get hit from their backside. Their legs and ankles get hit as they're running, or somebody falls on their backside. You can avoid people coming in the front.
But the backside,
the backside, where the guy rolls on you from the back.
Especially rolling on the ankle and what have you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that happened to me. And man, let me tell you, it hurts because you can't do anything.
No, you
can't.
It's coming. So Matua on his feet, but he is limping and getting some help off. Yeah. So we will see. And John, I can't tell if it's a knee or ankle, but right now
he can't put much weight on it.
Yeah, he can't put much weight. So we'll see if he returns to the ball game. That will be a big loss on that line for Garfield.
Well, that was a well-run play. They're very disciplined. Linemen didn't go down, way downfield. They stayed in.
Ballard executed that screen well. So first down, a pickup of about 12 yards out to the 47-yard line. So the Beavers, with 8:09 left, will have it 1st and 10 on their own 47-yard line.
2 wideouts left. They got 1 wideout on the right, so they got 3 wideouts. They got a
Kellen Queen, the quick out and the high pass, but man, reaching up to get it is Dominic Hayes.
Yep.
A great catch there and defended there by Garfield. You had number 7, Troy Agaya was there with the stop. So about a 5-yard gain into Garfield territory, John, across midfield to the 49.
I mean, that was zipped in there.
Yep.
The only thing is that's going to be a fake, and somebody's going to go vertical.
Yeah,
Watch out.
Check that to the Garfield 48-yard line. So 2nd and 5 to go. Ballard trying to mount a drive here in the first quarter, trailing 7-0 to the Bulldogs.
They're blitzing.
Kellen
They're
Queen.
Oh,
Queen's got a receiver. He's got the open in. Oh, just overthrows him. And Jalen Edwards was there, and defending was number 13, Jamaica Myers.
He had the guy out there, but you know what he did? He overthrew. He had to throw it because he was getting pressure.
Yeah.
Garfield was coming. They brought their weak side line, their strong side linebacker in there, Sam linebacker in there. Sam being strong side, Will being weak, Mike being middle linebacker. So
there you go, Coach, breaking it down for you. So with the incomplete, that's going to make it 3rd and 3 for the Beavers. Ball on the Bulldogs. Now they mark it at the 49. John, it was at the 48 last play, but okay.
Now they're standing. Now it's
and the handoff up the middle, and he's got some room, and that's going to be Sam Crocker. And Crocker, I believe, is going to have a first down. Yep, he's going to have a first down down to the Bulldog 42, moving the chains. So it's 7:15 left to go here in the quarter. And Ballard, that hurry up, no huddle offense, the handoff to Crocker. And
oh, my gosh, they sent everybody that time.
Yeah, and right there, first was Uriah Gibbons.
They got in.
So Uriah Gibbons made a first contact there and held Crocker to no gain. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Ball for the Beavers at the Garfield 42-yard line.
Hurry up offense again. Three wide out to left. Trips left. Come on.
And Garfield jumping again at that time. Yeah, that was Uriah Gibbons, 44. So Garfield anticipating and trying to get the jump on it. But, John, again, just like you said, be patient. Slow it down. Right. Even though they're in a hurry up, slow it down.
You got
take it. Now there's a flag. And so it looks like a Garfield player, I'm assuming, may have been making a comment. And a referee threw the penalty flag. And
those are the things that would drive you crazy as a coach.
Oh, now another flag.
Dead ball foul.
Okay, I'm trying to see what's going on. So the referee picked up his flag and threw it up again. No. It's a second flag. All right, so the referees are confirmed. It's going to go against the Bulldogs. And John, my guess is it was after
sportsmanlike.
Yeah. And the Garfield player making a comment that the referee didn't like.
Okay.
So again, with 6:49 left to go in quarter number 1, unsportsmanlike dead ball foul, and again, not hitting anybody, but I think making comments. So now, wait a minute, now the referee is waving it off. So they conferred, and I think the referees, the official that threw the flag, the head official overruling, and and I was wondering, John, because I would not think a player, and I know Coach Witherspoon,
that's not his.
He
doesn't go for that.
Right, the players like you don't talk disrespectfully to an official. So it's waved off. So it will be on the offsides on Garfield. 2nd and about 6 to go. The ball's on the 38-yard line of the Bulldogs. We're going to go in just when we get a quick break, if we can, to Tony B. And he is roaming in the crowd.
They're blitzing again.
But right now the pass over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted. And that's Jacoby Cochran Jr. And Jacoby with the pick. And returns it to the 40-yard line.
You know what they did? They had a conventional front, guys down on the ground, which means you can get leverage. If you're standing up, it's hard to get leverage when you're rushing on defense. So I'm saying they were able to put pressure in there. It was just so poor bodies. And that caused that pass right in the teeth of the defense.
Well, and that's it, John. I mean, you said with that pressure coming, a quarterback's going to feel rushed and try to get rid of the ball. And Jacoby Cochran Jr. from his free safety position just displayed that, made a break on the ball, the interception. So the Bulldogs now take over 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line. 6:25 left to go in the first quarter, leading 7-0.
Right.
2 receivers wide to the right, 2 to the left. E.J. Kaminong is in the gun, and he hits a receiver on the edge, and that is a Raleigh Canali.
Yep.
And it might be Canal. Might be Canal. I got to find out how to make sure I'm pronouncing that right.
He looks like he's a tall, long drink of water.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
He's pretty tall.
Yep. So the senior receiver picks up 8 on that out to the 48-yard line.
Oh, man, I'm looking at 81 compared to 17. That corner out there, or that safety. Throw the ball over the top. let your player get it.
Yeah.
He is tall. He looks tall. Well, they got wides, 2 wides. I formation.
And the handoff, and met right there. And that is, let's see, that number of defensive player. Great defensive play by Ballard.
Yep.
And that is number 23, Cole Morris, the junior defensive lineman, 5'7", 185.
Yep.
And he broke through the line and stopped Hampton for about a 2-yard loss back to the 46.
When you say A gap, O gap, you're talking about gaps between guards and tackles. He shot that gap. He made it through.
Yeah, and as a lineman, you've got to be able to kind of pivot and get something on that guy so he doesn't have a clean rush. And that time they weren't able to do it. And rushing through for that stop was Cole Morris.
You got double set on both sides.
3rd and 4, balls at the 46. Bulldogs have to get to midfield for a first down. EJ coming on, looking to his right now over the middle. He's got a receiver wide open. It's Jacoby Cochran Jr. down to the 30, the 25, making a move. And he's going to be brought down at the 22-yard line. Right. So a big pickup of 38, about 40 yards. Yeah, a 40-yard pickup there. EJ coming on to Jacoby Cochran Jr.
They stacked the outside receivers, and it didn't look like Ballard was reading the 2 outside receivers because one guy is running upfield vertical, the other guy's cutting behind him. It's like a field.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
And you've got to be able to read that and make sure. I mean, one of the things you do, sometimes you do a combination, the kind of zone, if you will, and okay, I got the outside, you got the inside. There's got to be that communication. Garfield now 1st and 10 on the 23.
Trips right.
Trips on the right. The handoff to Hampton.
Bad snap.
And Rayon, stiff arms a guy down to the ground and puts his shoulder down. Rayon Hampton making a pay. A short pickup, but let me tell you something. He should have been stopped for a loss.
Right.
Now flag down at the 22-yard line, so that may be coming back. But Rayon Hampton, about a 5-yard pickup job, but as exciting of a 5-yard run as you will see.
Now, everything's plastic now, but hey, he laid that leather.
Yeah, he did. And let's see what the call is. Yeah, it goes against the Bulldogs.
I think it's holding.
So from the spot of the foul, and it looks like the flag is down on the 22. The line of scrimmage was the 23. So let's see. My guess is going to go back to the 32, so it'll make it 1st and 19.
So that's a hold. That's probably 10 yards, right?
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
Out to the 33-yard line. So I guess they're saying it was at the line of scrimmage. So that will make it 1st and 20 at the 33-yard line for the Bulldogs. 4:59 left to go. Clock starts back again.
And again, we talk about that. You know, holding is at the point of attack understandable, but if you hold behind the play,
you've got to
discipline yourself.
Yeah, you have to, John. You're absolutely right. You got to make sure. Coach Witherspoon and I were talking about that. A couple plays. His son, Reggie Witherspoon III, a return for a touchdown last week. Oh, and snap was on the ground, and EJ coming on. He's got to rush back, and he falls on it down across midfield back into Garfield territory. Oh, and the snap, John, again, you talk about that long snapper. It's got to be accurate. So they're going to mark it right at midfield. So the Bulldogs have to get all the way down to the 13-yard line for a first down. So that is going to make it 2nd down and 10, 20, 37 to go.
A mile.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we talk about it. That if that snap is not there, if it's high or low or whatever, anything can happen, but it throws everything off.
Yeah, it really does.
Timing, you know?
So EJ Kaminong is back.
3 wideouts right.
Yep. And low snap, but he gets it, steps up. He's got a receiver over the middle, high, and it's going to be picked off. And I believe that is number 37, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was 37.
Wilson Sanan.
Yep.
And Sanan with the interception. And so the pass was a little bit high.
Right.
And Raleigh Canal could not pull it in. Kind of tipped off his fingertips. And the interception there by Sanan. And Ballard will take over 1st and 10 on its own 45-yard line. 3:54 left to go, John, in the first quarter, trailing 7-0 to the Bulldogs.
Well, this is what we expected, Rick.
Yeah.
Two top teams battling it out.
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
talented teams. It's
And Ballard, as we talked about in the pregame, Ross Humphreys has really brought this program up, both on the field and academically.
Right.
And so the snap and the hand. Oh, and there's a couple of Garfield ball players and back in the ball game for the Bulldogs.
I think they're going to call encroachment, though.
It's number 55, Matua Whalen. But, yeah, let's see what the call is.
I think it may be encroachment. Garfield looked like, let me see.
No, on the offense.
They flinched.
I tell you what, now I would decline it because it was a loss.
Exactly.
Let's see, but I think they're going to take it.
No, they have to take it. I think it was
they do? Okay, because,
killed the play.
Yeah, good point, yeah. So illegal procedure on Ballard, so that's going to take the ball back to the 40, make it 1st and 15.
But, if I would have my druthers, I would have taken.
But you're right. That is essentially a dead ball foul because movement there, the play is nullified.
Right.
Yeah. So quarterback Kellen Queen back at the 35 in the gun, the handoff, and that is Sam Crocker. Crocker, nice move, breaks a couple tackles across the 45 and past the original line of scrimmage, so he picks up about 6. They're going to mark it at the 46.
Yep. That's a good play. He that hole opened up, and he took it right off tackle slant.
Yep.
Off tackle slant. That's what it looked like.
So I tell you, no downtime in the action. Both teams, Ballard in particular, no huddle offense. And quarterback Sam Queen in the check that looks like Joe Farley. I've been saying Sam Queen, but I forgive me, it's Joe Farley, and I don't know if I just misread the numbers or Farley just came in on this drive. But Farley, the sophomore quarterback, in the gun. He's got 3 receivers to his left. As lone running back, he hands it off. And a big hit coming up. Oh my goodness, that was Sam Crocker. And again, big number 55, Matua Whalen, back in the ball game, and he delivered a shot.
As Duffy Doherty said, dancing's the contact sport. Football's the collision sport. That was a collision.
Yeah, it was a collision. So the ball spotted at the 49-yard line. That's going to make it 3rd and 6 to go.
About 6.
For the Beavers. Garfield leading, if you just joined us, by a score of 7-0. And the first game featured Lincoln, the Lynx. Lincoln back in action. I tell you what, Lincoln now, they have a full class of 9th through 12th graders, and they were a big winner over Chief Sealth by a score of 42-0.
Tough competitors in that Valley division there.
So the snap, man, looking quarterback, and he's going to be sacked. Great.
You saw that breaking down.
Yeah.
The line, it was just breaking down.
And Michael Montgomery coming in for the sack, and Montgomery, check that. I think that was number 8, Denali Dukes.
Yep. There was too much quickness off that corner.
Yeah.
They couldn't block it.
So Dukes coming in with the sack. He'll be the short man back for the punt, and deep is Jacoby Cochran Jr. back on about his 26-yard line. So that was a big loss back to the 39-yard line. So 4th and 16, the punt, and it's going to be fielded a high punt. Jacoby Cochran Jr. fields it at his 25, goes back to the 20, trying to use his speed, gets to the outside. He's got some room. He's the sideline. He may go all the way, John. He gets it back. One play, he's going to go. Jacoby Cochran Jr. It's a foot race to the 15, the 10, 5, touchdown, Jacoby Cochran Jr. 75 yards, touchdown on the punt return.
Jump cut to get in the end zone. Oh my God. Well, when that punt was that high, you thought coverage would be under it, right?
And it was. What Jacoby Cochran Jr. did is he got the ball on the 25 and circled back to the 20 using his speed and outran a couple guys. Got a block, and the block
got
you saw, John.
Block on that court.
You got a good block, and it wasn't a block. His teammate just kind of got in the way of the defender.
It's called a shield.
And then Jacoby cut it back from left to right, and it was off to the races. He had a couple guys to beat, and he did. Jacoby Cochran Jr., an interception and a punt return, electrifying the crowd here with a minute 25 left to play.
Well, that must have been a receiver because they always do those feather blocks and they just get in the way. They don't really.
Yeah. Well,
you were a receiver. So
let me tell you something. I was a running back my whole career. Then I went to arena football. I'll never forget this, John. Bob Harrison, who had been the receiver coach for the Atlanta Falcons, was one of the coaches.
Okay.
Ended up drafting me to the Washington team, but I'll never forget my first practice. And I'm used to blocking. I was a receiver, and extra point is up is good. So I'm blocking. I come back, and he said, "Dupree, what are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm blocking." He said, "You're a receiver. Just run him up." And this time, let's take it. We're going to go to Tony B. He is in the stands. And Tony, what do you got for us?
Yeah, what you got, TB? Well, we teach it, Rick. Go ahead. Yeah, tell him to go ahead.
So Tony is down right in front of the Garfield. And if we can get his attention, he's going to go. I think he's got the band leader there. And he's waiting. The band leader's kind of lead the Garfield band leader. So we'll give him just a second as he's getting his attention. He is leading the band. And as soon as he's done, Tony's going to grab him. And here we go.
We are live here at the Memorial Stadium. I'm with Assistant Band Director Blake. Blake, you're putting as much work in as your band members are out here.
Yes, sir. We're just loving being out here in front of a crowd. This is the first crowd we've got to perform for in over 18 months.
Yeah,
this is the first group at Garfield even performing in front of anybody. We are just blessed to be here today.
Well, you kind of answered my question. Was how does it feel, everything that we've gone through over the last 18 months to be able to have them out here and have your band supporting your team?
It is literally what I moved to work in the CD about. I've been at Washington for the past 6 years. Now I've been here for the past 3. Cannot wait to be out here supporting our purple.
All right, you'll hear the band. We'll strike up the band in a bit. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Tony. Thank you, Tony. And the return, the Ballard Beavers. And again, Garfield is just, Tony, I'll tell you what, and John, Marcus Merkelbach, the kicker for Garfield. Yeah. And kicked it down to the goal line and then returned out to the 22-yard line. So the Beavers trailing 14-0 here, 1:20 left to go in the first quarter. Will take it 1st and 10 on their own 22-yard line.
So that's a win by 2 yards.
Yeah,
not much.
Not much.
That and that is this kid can kick.
So the Beavers come to the line of scrimmage.
They got trips. Look at this triple stack. Oh, right.
So the handoff and not a lot of room. And I believe, John, it is maybe a pickup of a yard.
Did we have a technical issue here?
Yeah,
folks.
we have a technical issue, so we'll get that squared away with our camera number 2. We've lost it because our tripod
folded up on us.
Yeah. So 2nd and 9 to go for the Beavers. And the screen out to Jalen Edwards. And nowhere to go for Jalen Edwards. Is Yamani Howe was there, and Yamani, making him pay.
And having played line, the adage is if you can't make a block, just get in the way.
So that's a loss back to the 20-yard line. It will be 3rd and 12 to go for the Beavers on their own 22-yard line. I checked that on the 20-yard line.
20, yep. Just get in the way. If you can't make a block, lineman, get in the way. Oh man, this is gone, man. This thing is.
Yeah, we had a tripod that kind of died. So that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We're going to go to Tony B back in the stands, I believe, with the cheer squad. And we will have Tony, and then we'll be here with second quarter action in just a moment on Rainier Avenue Radio. Tony?
With a broken tripod. That's
Daniel, let me know when we're ready. We are live here at Memorial Stadium. I've got Adriana Hill with me, head coach of the cheer squad. How are you doing? We kind of got the band here as well. Can you guys hear me over the band?
Yeah.
Let's see. Can you? All right. Adriana, tell me what it's like to be out here again, enthusing your crowd and energizing your team.
It's actually an amazing feeling to be out here. I've been gone for 10 years in Birmingham, Alabama. I came back here and I've been coaching for 3 years. I've got some amazing seniors out here. I've got Jakaya Osborne back.
Hi. How are you? Yeah.
And it's amazing to be out here. They're very, very talented. They're dancers, cheerleaders, All-Americans, and they're amazing seniors. So to be able to leave my mark 12, 13 years ago and come back and just see them actually have the same talent as me is amazing.
I'm certain it means a lot to your fans to have them here. But tell us what you had to go through to make this happen, because this isn't just happening in one day. You start before the school year.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, honestly. It took a lot of preparation, took a lot of teamwork. It took a lot of us getting to know each other and just trusting each other. I'm a new coach back in Seattle, so just getting them used to me and me getting used to them is the main thing we focused on, and we've excelled through that.
All right, seniors, anything you want to say to your fans out there?
Yeah, it's my senior year, and turn me up and go Bulldogs. Turn me up all the way for real. We came here to show up and show out, and thank you all. I love you guys all from the bottom of my heart.
It's senior year. Turn up, have fun, and do your thing.
All right, the Garfield Cheer Squad head coach, we're going to take it back to you, Mr. Dupree.
All right, thank you, Tony. And John, I'm going to have to talk to some of the young people I know because senior year turn up. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
help me out.
we old guys.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on, but I know I'm sounding good. I'm saying it's time. Turn it up.
I don't
Turn
even know.
baby.
I don't even know what LOL means.
So we're about ready to start the second quarter here. Garfield leading by a score of 14-0 after one frame. 3rd and 12 to go for the Ballard Beavers on their own 20-yard line. So a quarterback, Joe Farley, looking to his, the handoff, and it's a halfback pass. And it's just going to be overthrown. And they're going to throw the flag. Nope, they didn't. So the Garfield defender, that was Poppy Justice and kind of pushed the receiver, but the ball was over the head. So it was a halfback pass. Keith Stout, number 11, or rather check that, Jaden Matos got it, and a good throw, but just a little overthrown, and a good coverage there. Poppy Justice able to kind of get back and make sure that he had the coverage there.
Tripod that's heavier.
So with
That'll fit there.
11:54 left to go here, or I should say the start of the second quarter. And Garfield's going to call a timeout here. It's 4th and 12 for the Beavers, and the Bulldogs want a timeout. So they will come to the sideline.
Star player of the week, Jacoby Cochran, who scored that touchdown. I mean, it's almost like every time you call his name, he's doing something.
Yeah, already in the first quarter, an interception, and then the 75-yard touchdown return, punt return for a touchdown.
Yep.
So we've got a timeout in the action, and I'm going to go to Daniel real quick. Are there any quick score updates while we have a quick timeout here?
Yeah, there's plenty. Lots of games going on right now. In Metro action, Eastside Catholic is whopping Seattle Prep right now. It's 35-6 at the half. Earlier on, it was 7-6, but ever since it's been all Crusaders ever since. Also in Metro action, Bishop Blanchette up by over Ingram by one score, 13-7 right there. Number 2, Bellevue is rolling all over Lake Washington, 49-7 in that contest.
Woo, there you have it. Thank you, Daniel. And now
Seattle
4th and 12. Yeah, that is a surprise. And the punt, and it's a high punt, and Jacoby, I'd be punting away from it. Jacoby gets, and he bobbles it. The ball's loose, and a flag is down. So Cochran could not take the punt in. Let's see what the call is. John, I didn't make out who recovered it.
Yeah.
But a flag down. So the punt was about the 43-yard line, and Jacoby Cochran Jr. just couldn't bring it in, and it bounced off of his, I don't know if it bounced off his shoulder pad or his hands.
He was trying to throw it up, hit it up in the air.
It looked like, it bounced out, and then he tried to tip it.
Yeah, tip it.
And there was a scramble for it. The referees, there's a flag down at the 48-yard line, and 3 of the referees of the 5 are there, at midfield confirming. So we'll see what they say in just a moment here.
Yeah, I lied. I told you I didn't know what LOL means, and I don't. But I know what WTF means.
Hey, you can't repeat that.
I can't.
But LOL, you know that. Laughing out loud. You know that. Come on.
That's what that means.
Come on, John. Come on, Jay Yeezy. Come on, baby. We got to get you up to snuff.
Yeah, I got to get me up to snuff, man.
No, I tell you, I got a couple of young godsons or whatever. I'm like, what does this mean?
What does this mean?
Okay, so hold on Garfield. And the referee's talking as if he has a mic. He doesn't.
They did recover, though.
Yeah, so the Bulldogs recovered it, but there was a hold on the play. So the ball was recovered right around midfield. So let's see. Yeah, it's probably going to go back 10 yards from there, and the Bulldogs will take over first and 10.
When you look back on that play, had Jacoby called fair catch, that Ballard play would have never been able to stop. He would have hit him.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, because that's what he took his eye off.
Yeah.
That Ballard play was called fair catch.
And as a punt returner, John, let me tell you something.
I know you did it.
I wouldn't call him fair catch.
Yeah,
live dangersely. So
Get
the ball's going to go back
run.
you got to get. And then I had my share of muffs and not getting under it. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 39-yard line. Quarterback E.J. Kaminong has a receiver wide to his right. That's Jacoby Cochran Jr. And then a receiver kind of split not real wide on the left. I can't make out the number.
I can't either.
That might be. It looks like Reggie Witherspoon the third.
The third number.
That'll be number 3.
I can't see his number. It's
We'll see. It might not be. And then one running back, I believe, that is Rayon Hampton. Now the receiver in motion. That's number 18. We'll get to the number in a minute. The pitch to Hampton. Cuts it up. It's got some room. And Hampton, nice run. And getting something when he really didn't have a lot of room. And he picked up about 5 or 6 yards. And the receiver on the other side, John, in motion, that was Jason Finley, the junior wide receiver. And now back in split wide to the right is Rowley Canal.
Hurry up too.
Yeah, they are. Jacoby Cochran Jr. to the right and the I formation behind quarterback E.J. Kaminong.
2 wides.
And the handoff, and that is Hampton again. And Hampton, not a lot of room. He's going to be stopped about a yard short of the line of scrimmage, so that's going to make it 3rd and about 5 to go. Ball's at the 43-yard line.
And you know what I'm telling number 52 to do? Stay on your block.
Stay on your block.
That back was going to cut off of your block, and you didn't stay on your block. He turned you back in, and that's how they made the stop. You got to stay on your block. But what you were saying about not fair catching, if I was just special team skills, I said, no, that's okay. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, fair catching.
Yeah, no, you're right. But yeah, I mean, as a punt returner in particular, you've got to be fearless, and you got to know a guy's coming. Low snap, but Kaminong gets it off the screen. And just not able to pull it in was Rayon Hampton, and they had some blockers in front, John, and he had some room.
They had 4 blockers on the wide side of the field.
So you talk about this and the deep snap, and it was on the ground, and that threw the timing off, and then the rush was coming in, and Kaminong had to get rid of it, and and Rayon Hampton not able to pull it in. So a well-designed play, not able to execute it like they wanted. So deep for the punt for the Beavers is number 3, Jalen Edwards, back at about the 20-yard line. And again, I believe that's kicker Marcus Merkelbach handling the punting duties as well. Low snap. Merkelbach gets it off, and a line drive punt. It gets down there at the 25-yard line, and he may have been saying, and they've got a room, and it's going to be John. That is Jalen Edwards, nowhere to go. He's one man to beat him. Merkelbach, the kicker. A great job by Marcus Merkelbach. And now another flag on the sideline here, John. I'm not sure, but I think the initial penalty is going to be roughing the kicker
or running into the kicker. I don't know. Is that intercollegiate have the differentiation between running into the kicker or roughing the kicker? Do we know? I'm sorry.
I think it's one of the same, John, but I'm not positive, so we shall see. So again, the punter, Marcus Merkelbach, great job of fielding a low snap, getting it off. It was a line drive punt, and really the punt, it beat the coverage.
Right.
And so Jalen Edwards for Ballard had one man to beat, and got to the sideline, and he was off the run.
Yeah. His blood pressure must be sky because he got caught by the kicker.
And Merkelbach, if you saw him, Merkelbach was walking off the field, and then he said, I got to get, and he ran over,
and
he got
angle,
perfect angle,
right?
and he gave a great shot for the tackle. It was all for naught because Garfield's going to have the ball because they're running into the kicker, roughing the kicker, however you want to call it. So the Bulldogs have it. So I believe then they're saying that there was an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Bulldogs. And again, I don't know. It was on the sideline here, John.
Right. They were on the field. They ran out on the field.
Okay. So that was it.
Yeah.
So because I was wondering,
that could be either unsportsmanlike conduct or illegal participation.
Okay, so I was wondering.
One is 15 and the other one's 5.
Okay.
Illegal participation is only 5.
And I was wondering, was it this referee that kind of had a bruised ego and didn't want to let the guy say anything to him. So with that all said, the Bulldogs will take over 4th and about a half a yard to go on. Well, check that now. Let me see if they're moving. Okay, so no, they're saying first down. Yeah, okay, okay. First down, because anyway, that's automatic first down.
Personal foul running the kicker. I mean,
so I was looking at it. The Chains had it, but now they're getting it right. The ball is going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 48-yard line. 10-13 left to play here in quarter number 2. The first half, Bulldogs leading the Beavers 14-0.
Ballard team ain't saying anything to the guy that got caught.
Now, John, look at this. Garfield's got 2 receivers stacked and only one defender there. The safety cheating over.
That's exactly what I've been saying.
So the screen, and came on the screen over to Jacoby Cochran Jr. to the other side, and he takes.
But they only had one receiver, and the safety was too far in. And you got to take advantage of that.
Yeah. Garfield's got to take advantage. So Jacoby Cochran Jr. on the screen picks up about 5 yards down to across midfield to the Beavers, just shy of the Beavers' 47-yard line.
Double stack.
Yep. That stack on the left side.
Right.
And again, Ballard had the one cornerback there on the receiver. But then when you see that, the safety, you've got to get over there.
Safety was inside the hash,
the
middle of the field. He'll never be able to get there in time.
Right. So Garfield doing the same thing. So that is Raleigh Canal and then Reggie Witherspoon the third stacked behind him. And kind of same formation on the right side. And
you got
some movement. And let's see. They're going to say, hold on.
Timeout.
Yep, before the snap, timeout by Garfield.
So, but the problem with the safety being that far back, somebody cuts in front of you, somebody screens you or shields you.
Well, that's so what you got to do if Garfield coaches are paying attention, you want that receiver in front. He's going to run a slant, and he's going to run right to that safety, take him away, and then the otherwise guy's going to kind of loop around, and you just throw it up and over, and it's a touchdown every time.
Yeah. It's a race to the ball. That's exactly what I would do. Run a clear out inside.
Yep.
Not an out, but a clear in.
Right.
And then run that on
the
street.
run that slant, and you run right toward where that safety is, and you use some kind of screen, contact, whatever the case may be.
Yep.
But again, you can hide it because you're basically running a slant pattern looking for the ball. And but really, your job is that's what I'm telling my guy. Your job is to make sure you make contact with that safety so he can't get out there.
And as a safety, you're deep as the deepest receiver goes, and you cannot bite on that junk stuff inside.
So the Bulldogs now with 2 tight ends and the full house backfield. Now they split. They shift out of it, and they have the two backs, double slot on the right side.
That's what I call it.
And they're going to hand the ball to Ray on Hampton. He does. Hampton on the right side, and he gets hit. He's breaking some tackles, but he's going to be pulled back.
Yards, that's all.
So I would say Hampton probably back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah. Good. And look at that. Hampton, great play there, helping the Ballard player up. That was Noam Cohen.
Yeah.
And then Cohen slapping a Hampton on the back saying thanks. So you'd like to see that, John. Great sportsmanship.
And then knock him down the next time.
Yeah, exactly. But you got respect for one another. So a loss back to the 49. So that's going to make it third and about 7 to go.
I smell a pass. 81 just got in the game. He's taller than any defender out there.
Yeah, that's Raleigh Canal.
You got to throw the ball at him, up and over.
So Canal is lined up at the tight end on the left side. And a rush, and Cameron gets away. Then he's got a receiver open, and he finds Canal. Canal, one man to beat. And Canal brought out of bounds for the first down.
I didn't predict that, but I knew he was the key.
Yeah, possibly a touchdown-saving tackle, John, by Jack McLaughlin. Yeah. So the Bulldogs, E.J. Camino, great job of avoiding the rush and gets the pass off the first down.
Stopped. Everyone just kind of eased up. Canal came all the way across. And he got hit with the pass, and he almost broke it.
So down to the 33-yard line, the Bulldogs with 8:20 left to go in the first half, leading 14-0. Now you've got Canal and Reggie Witherspoon Jr. sacked behind him and gone. John, same play.
They're not covering it. The
guy, they've got the safety on the hash.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to cover it.
And they're looking to that side now, and Camino is going to be a holding. Camino's got a receiver deep in the end zone, and Cochran Jr. couldn't get to it. And we're going to throw it to Tony B, who's
He's going to let you chop it up with Mr. McCarthy.
Okay.
Hey, what's for dinner, Pat?
Pat.
Oh my God! You know what they say? You can call me anything as long as you call me for dinner.
So we've been a little busy tonight.
Yeah, very good.
So Pat, another great doubleheader, great crowd here. It's just exciting to see a Friday night football back under the lights here at Memorial Stadium.
That's exactly right. We've got a great crowd tonight. It's probably one of the bigger crowds that I've seen in a regular season game. And so the Bulldogs showed up tonight, and Ballard's here, and we've got a great game.
Yeah, they really have. And like you said, and we talked about this last night on Metro Sports Weekly, one of the greatest games here in Memorial Stadium, standing room only, was Garfield and Blanchette. Not that standing room only crowd, but it is nearly that here on the Garfield side. A nice crowd, and great to see. Pat, you got to be excited with the quality of play that you're seeing, both from Lincoln in game number 1 and now here game number 2.
Oh, absolutely. We talked about this, is that, Lincoln is an up-and-coming program, and they've really developed a nice squad, and you saw it today. Yep. You just saw their execution and how they're running their stuff, and it's a good job by Coach Hart there.
Aaron Hart's doing a great job.
So the handoff to Reggie Witherspoon III, and the holding penalty brought it all the way back to about midfield, and again, it's from the spot of the foul, and so that made it second and about 26 to go.
Almost 30.
Yeah, pick up down to the 43-yard line, so it's going to be third down and a long way to go for the Bulldogs. So again, we've got Pat McCarthy, Executive Director of the Seattle Public Schools Metro League Athletic Office. And Pat, what's to come in the coming weeks for the Metro League? You basically having double headers most Friday nights here, correct?
That's right. We've got every week we've got great games. In Memorial Stadium, we usually have a doubleheader for sure on Friday, and sometimes both on Friday and Saturday.
Oh my gosh! Right.
So EJ coming on with the scramble there down to about the 36th-yard line. That's going to make it still fourth and about 14 to go. So we'll see if Coach Witherspoon, looks like they're going to bring the kicker on. I don't know if they're going to try a field goal, John, here, and Pat, because I tell you what, Marcus Merkelbach has shown some leg strength.
He can kick.
Yeah, he can kick. So let's see. I think they're going to go for a field goal, which would make it about a 54-yarder right now. No, they're spotting down. Yep, Merkelbach, the holder was at the 45, and Merkelbach pushed him up to the 44. This is going to be a 54-yard field goal try for the Bulldogs. Oh, let's see if he can get it. He's got the leg to do it. Snap is good. The kick is up. Oh, it's blocked.
It's a live ball.
Yeah, it's a live ball. They got to get on it. So the Ballard player picks up. He's got some room. And, Merkelbach trips him. And the referees don't call anything. Gosh. Oh, what a play, John. Oh, let me tell you.
Yeah. Hey,
I tell you, and Pat, we saw Marcus Merkelbach on the punt where he was rough. He was roughed, and then he came back and made a great stop on the runner.
That great hustle?
Yeah. And so you talk about the kicker, not nasty. Marcus Merkelbach has proven that different.
And everybody at Ballard Side Field opened up and let the back run away because they didn't want to talk. You got caught by the kicker,
Yeah, but it just shows the hustle, right? That's taught by Coach Witherspoon.
Yeah, and Pat, we also talked about, last night on Metro Sports Weekly, and we have talked about it, and ball's tipped and incomplete.
Boy, they read that one.
Yeah, but Pat, we talked about the sportsmanship, and there was a play a little bit earlier where Rayon Hampton for the Bulldogs ran and was tackled, and then he helped a Ballard player up. I believe it was Naum Cohen, and then Cohen slapped him on the back. Just great to see that respect and that sportsmanship.
Isn't that great?
Yep.
Just wonderful to see that, and that's a testament to the leadership of both the coaches.
Yeah. And you talked about Reggie Witherspoon Jr., and also you talked about Ross Humphreys, and Humphreys, the job he has done at Ballard. And I mentioned this in the pregame. I mean, every year since he's taken over, his team has averaged over a 3.0 grade point average, and just a great program, a winning program. And Ross and his staff, they've done a great job. You've got to be pleased with the young coaches that you have at your schools.
Absolutely. And, Ross just does it the right way. Everything is first class, and he's a class guy, and it's reflected on the team there.
Yep, absolutely. Well, that is Pat McCarthy, the voice you hear. He is the executive director of the Metro League Athletic Office. And, Pat, thanks for taking some time to talk with us here again on the Rainier Avenue Radio.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody on Rainier Avenue Radio and following us.
Thank you. Make sure to tune in every Thursday night at 7 with Pat McCarthy and Masvita as they bring you Metro Sports Weekly right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. So incomplete pass on that. So now it is a 4th and 2 for Ballard on the Garfield 42-yard line.
You substituted very good for Masvita, except I didn't know that, but what I made.
Yeah, we got in. So 4th and 2, trips to the right, and the handoff, and a rush. Nowhere to go.
He stopped.
And the Bulldogs there, and among the players there, I believe that was number 8, Denali Dukes.
Yep.
You had number 7, Troy Vallega.
Yep.
But
That's not a flag. What is that right there? A towel?
Yeah, towel's on the. So turnover on downs. The Bulldogs will take over. First and 10 on the 42-yard line.
They didn't look like they were set either. It didn't look like they were real. Made a concerted effort to run that play. It just didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kind of out of sync.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. It was out of sync.
So the Bulldogs leading 14-0, 5:58 rather left to play here in the first half. And the Bulldogs will take over first and 10 on their own 42-yard line.
They're running a 3-6-2. Oh, my gosh.
Kamanong steps up. He's got a receiver over the middle and just a little bit behind. And that was Poppy Justice. Yeah. And you may remember that name. We called his name a lot in basketball. But Poppy Justice, the senior, and it was just a little bit behind him. John couldn't hang on, so incomplete. We'll make it 2nd and 10. So, again, we hope you're enjoying our coverage here. Obviously, if you're listening but not watching, go to the Rainier Avenue Radio Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch pages, and you can see the stream of the game. And right now we're in quarter number 2. Bulldogs leading the Beavers 14-0.
Tight formation, full house backfield on the eye.
And the handoff, Rayon Hampton. He's got some room on the outside. And face mask. His face mask was mask. So Hampton picked up about 6 or 7 yards out to the 48, and they're going to add to that because there was a face mask on the play.
They ran a tight line, and then they ran that full house backfield, full house eye, and they made it to the corner.
All right, let's throw it to Tony B. Tony, what do you have for us?
I just wanted to remind everyone, if you enjoy what you're seeing and what you're hearing on Rainier Avenue, as you mentioned, go ahead and make a donation to us at Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio. We bring these games to you for those of you who can't make it. We'll continue to do it. And if you're at home sitting there and enjoying this great broadcast, go ahead and give us a donation at Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio. Back to you, Rick.
And Tony, should they on that donation make a notation, put the name Dupree on there? Or no, as Tony said, Venmo us. And like you said, if you enjoy what you're hearing, we enjoy bringing the broadcast to you. And, what I appreciate about Rainier Avenue Radio is that typically a radio station is going to have a particular focus. Maybe they're a music station in top 40, or maybe they're talk or news or whatever. You get all that and more right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. And the beauty of it is that it's community-led. And if you are interested, you can go online and make a proposal for a show, and we'll review that. And that is right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Meanwhile, back in the ballgame, so there was a penalty on the play. So the Bulldogs got it 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. And in at running back is Jimmy Miller, the sophomore, and a carry there for about 4 yards down to the 33-yard line. So 2nd and 6.
Now, you can score on big running plays and big pass plays, but the team that controls the ball and grinds it out like this, it shows dominance.
Yeah, and Miller off the right side. And Miller runs over one runner. He's still on his feet down inside the 25. Jimmy Miller.
Get out of my way.
If you're going to try to tackle me, baby, you got to hit me. And Jimmy Miller ran that defender over, and he takes it in down inside the 25 for the first down.
That guy didn't roll his hips low to high. He got blasted.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, these Garfield running backs, they're Walter Payton-ish. They're delivering the blow.
Garfield is showing their dominance now. I mean, I think this is obvious. Look at this.
Miller again off the left side, breaks the tackle, shoulders to shoulder, inside the 20, down to about the 16, 17, maybe 18.
6-yard run. 6 or more.
6 or 7 yards, 7 yards down to 18.
This is what you do.
And you know what, John? It's funny because I mentioned this last night. Reggie Witherspoon said, we talked, we go to the same church, and he said, man, people were saying we ran up the score last week. That was last night. We talked, and he said, we started working on our passing game because we're not very good. We're a very good running game.
Ooh,
and a handoff, and that
touchdown.
Is number 8, Denali Dukes, and Dukes cuts it back, 18 yards, touchdown.
But you see what I'm saying? They're whipping them up on the line of scrimmage. They're pushing it off. They're pushing off the line of scrimmage. The backs have seams and alleys to run, and that's dominance. I mean, you can't. It's a psychological thing when you can't stop a team. It just wears you out mentally.
And Dukes got the ball. It kind of was going off the right side and then cut it back to the left, and there was nobody there, and he took it in the senior for the touchdown. And again, this is what Coach Witherspoon said. He said, we are a dominant running team, and that's what we're going to do. But he said, we needed to work on our passing game. And so they hit a couple plays, got a couple more scores in the fourth quarter, and the extra point is up and good. So the Bulldogs now leading by a score of 21 to nothing with 4:18 left to go in the first half. But John, he was concerned, and I appreciate he was concerned. Hey, did we really run up the score? And I said, Coach, if I'm on the losing end of a game like that, I'm not looking at you saying you ran up the score. I'm looking in the mirror saying I got to get better. I tell my guys, you got to get better.
Yeah, and I know Reg didn't put all his. I know he pulled a lot of his players out of there. I was here. Yeah. The thing is, though, when we just see, our philosophy was this: we are going to score, and we go on a wonderful 80-yard, 90-yard run, pass, whatever. But where the key of controlling the game comes is when we can take the ball and march it down the field, because they're going to say, hold it, we can't stop them.
Yep.
They scored on a lucky play, 90 yards, but hey, they're grinding it out. They're running it down our throat. We cannot stop them. And that really wears you out as a defense.
Well, like you said, that controls the game. I heard you guys talking a little bit in game one, you and Juan, about the Seahawks and the Titans. And that second half, it was a Derrick Henry show. And the time of possession was almost double, 42-22.
You control the game through the run, and and championships are won, high school, college, and pro, by the team that dominates the game with the run.
Right.
The game. That, man, that's
and the kickoff, and I think my math was off there, but I said that the time of possession 42-22, but I think whatever it was, the Titans had almost double of time of possession that the Seahawks did.
Exactly. When they calculated the time possession totally, it was like this.
Yeah. Actually, no, I get it. I was going to say 42-22, but it's a 60-minute game, but I forgot the overtime. So that was right. Yeah. I remember looking at it was 42 and change, 22 and change. And you cannot win the game when your opponent has the ball almost twice as long as you do.
Right.
All right, so the Beavers, 3 receivers wide to the left in the gun, and the handoff.
Nice run.
And that is the senior, I believe, Sam Crocker.
Good off-tackle blast.
Yeah. Crocker cuts it back, and a nice pickup. Yep. Just short of the first down. We're going to give him probably about 7, maybe 8 yards, see where they spot it. 8 yards out to the, check it. Yeah, 8 yards out to the 28. So 2nd and 2 with 3:55 left to go in the first half. Garfield leading 21-0.
All right.
Handoff again. Crocker off the left side, and he's going to fall across the 30 for a first down. And there among the Garfield players for the stop is Troy Bagea.
Is that a penalty flag? Yep, it looks like it.
So the referee's conferring. Let's see what the call will be. And if you just tuned in, you're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio's coverage of Metro League football.
The game of the week, folks.
Game of the week, Friday night under the lights. Garfield, a commanding 21-0 lead with 3:46 left to go in the first half. And that penalty is going to go against the Bulldogs, it looks like.
Yep.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-yard penalty.
It was encroachment, I think.
So that's going to be a first down for the Beavers on their own 36-yard line. 3:46 left to go. And again, the Bulldogs leading by a score of 21-0. So the quick out, the pass, and that is number 4, Alex Good. And Good with the pickup close to another first down, right to the 46-yard line. Let's see if they're going to say it's a first down. I think it might be a half a yard short. Let's see where they spot it. Yeah. Yep, they spot the nose of the football is on the 45. So we'll call it 2nd and a short yard to go. Now the referee comes in, and let's see what the call is. So one of the officials talking to the line judge. Yep. And he says, hey, no, okay, so they moved the ball up. Okay, yeah, now they're going to say it's a first down. So they're going to say that it was a first down out to the 46-yard line. So, it looked like it. So a bad spot there, and one of the officials comes in and corrects that. So check that as now 1st and 10 for the Beavers. 3:11 left to go in the first half, trailing 21-0, 1st and 10 on their 46-yard line. So 54 yards to go, trying to get some points on the board to go in the locker room. Yep. Yeah, you have them over there. Oh, and hit from the back. That's fumbles down. Oh, and a great play. And once again, Jacoby Cochran Jr. coming in on the blitz. He knocked the ball loose and then recovered. Check that. I believe I'm trying to see the number. I think that's number 8. That is a Denali Dukes. So Dukes with a great play came in from the right side, knocked the ball loose, and then recovered the fumble. Man, I tell you, yeah. He does it all. The Bulldogs, let me tell you. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the Bulldogs, their confidence is riding high, and they are just their athleticism, but the discipline. This is just a very good, well-coached team. Low snap. So I think with their they're saying illegal procedure on the Bulldogs. Yeah, they really are. Oh man, Marcus Merkelbach is a weapon. Both that, I mean, he is all right. He's both. He handles the punting and the kicking. Yeah, he does, and he's not afraid to put a shoulder in it. Yes, indeed. So the 5-yard penalty is going to come back, and so to the 42-yard line. So the Bulldogs will have a 1st and 15 with 2:54 left to go in the first half, leading 21-0. You didn't have to say anything. He knew. Yeah. So the lone back, Hampton in motion, and now Kaminong looking. He's under pressure. He's going to hit Jacoby Cochran Jr., and nothing there. Good play defensively, and that was the running back who also plays linebacker, Sam Crocker, the senior, with the stop and a loss back to the 48-yard line. Yeah. They flooded, and it was the short side of the field. Yeah, it was the short side of the field. Right. So Jacoby Cochran Jr. had nowhere to go. Loss on that screen. So checking in for the Bulldogs now is number 12, Monty Inprissett. Yep, both on the right now, the left, and now Reggie Witherspoon, the third in motion. Now the screen to Witherspoon, and on the sideline, and not a lot of room to go on there again was Sam Crocker making the stop. Yep, so it's going to make it 4th down. He picks up maybe a yard on that. Yeah. And it looks like they're going to Garfield's going to go for it. Yeah, with only a minute 43 left, and they have confidence in their defense. They're on the Ballard side of midfield. They're at the Ballard 47. So 4th, and they got to get down to the 28-yard line. So 4th and 19. On the short side of the field, you've got Canal, the lanky receiver on the left, and coming on, and he's going to throw it up. He's got a receiver. He's looking for Cochran. And Jacoby Cochran almost gets a good defensive play there, and going to be incomplete. And I tell you, running step for step with Jacoby Cochran Jr. was the DB. I'm trying to get the number, John. I can't make it out. Let's see, that's him running across the 20-yard line. We'll get you that number. No, number 3, it looks like Jalen Edwards. So Jalen Edwards, great defense there, was running step for step. I think that's number 3. It's the number. Yeah, it is. The number scrunched up in the front, so that's where. So that was a 3rd down play, John. I thought it was 4th down. So my mistake there. So the kick, and Merkelbach, the kick, and it's going to go down to the 10, inside the 10, rolling down to about the 6. So Marcus Merkelbach, what a weapon. Yeah. You either got to field it immediately or get out of the way. Yeah, but you can't be indecisive there. So a minute 23 left to go in the first half. The Bulldogs defense now, they have dominated this game. So the kick goes down to they're going to mark it at the 6-yard line. So with a minute 23 left to play, Ballard will take over on its own 6-yard line, trailing 21-0. Garfield's coming. Yeah, the blitz is coming. And they get the pass off, and it's overthrown. And yeah. So quarterback Joe Farley was looking for Jalen Edwards, and defending for Garfield was number 13, Jamaica Myers. So that will make it 2nd and 10 on the 6-yard line. 1:18 left to go here in quarter number 2. If you just joined us, game number 1 in our doubleheader, Lincoln the Lynx, a big winner over Chief Sealth by a score of 42-0. And now the Bulldogs shut out so far in the first half over Ballard. They're leading 21-0. The handoff, that is Sam Crocker, and Crocker on the left side, and he's going to be out to about the 10-yard line, stays in bounds. No. Yeah, you don't want to risk it down here. Just try to run it here on 3rd down and 7 to go, and give yourself some room, punt it out, and you hope with only 48 seconds left, Bulldogs don't have much time for a play, maybe one if that. So 3rd down play, they're taking the time, 10 on the game clock, or the play clock, I should say. Pass over the middle, and John, I tell you what, and the pass from Farley to Good, and Good catches it running. Yeah, and Good making that kind of just a quick slant route, and he catches it for the first down. And so 34 seconds left to go here in the first half, and I believe a timeout on the field. Yeah, and Lincoln, great to see, because Lincoln, I believe this is year number 3, John, if I'm not mistaken, that, Lincoln was, I wouldn't say a powerhouse, but I remember back in the days when they had Bubba Cromartie and they had Chuck Fears, Charles Fears, Chucky Fears on the basketball team, man, and they had a good basketball program when those guys were there. Yeah, north and south. So Lincoln was kind of on that borderline where they. Yeah. So Lincoln back to the school district, went in and renovated that building, and Lincoln back in action. New. They've got a full class of students now. Yep. Fine pass on the sideline and a grab. Oh, that was a great catch on the sideline. Yep. I believe that's number 4, if I'm not mistaken, Alex Good. Yep. And the junior just went up and grabbed that ball.
And 1 foot is all you need.
Yeah, in high school. And college as well. Yeah.
Yep.
And so he goes out of bounds, stops the clock, about a 4-yard pickup. Right. But yeah, so Lincoln now with a full class of students from freshmen through seniors.
They were playing as JVs basically. Yeah. Over the first 2 years. Yeah, that's.
They are fully
matured.
Yes. So the pass on the left side, man, that's close. Oh, that was a close call. They don't call Poppy
that was
Justice.
supposed to be intercepted. I thought. I mean, that looked like
Poppy Justice, tight coverage there, and no flag.
He made the jump on the ball.
Yeah, he really did. So with 24 seconds left to go, Ballard will have it 3rd and about 6 to go. Ball on their own 29-yard line.
Okay, if you're going to throw a pass screen, possibly, maybe. Hitch.
Maybe. I mean, to the wide side, you got trips to the left side, the wide side of the field.
Trips to the left.
Nope, they're looking to the right and going up, and nobody there. I think a miscommunication between
he
quarterback Joe Farley and Alex Good.
Ballard receiver stopped. Looks like he was running out. Stop. Hitch.
Yeah, and
3 Garfield defenders were running after the ball.
Yeah. So incomplete. That'll make it 4th down and 6 to go with 19 seconds. And I tell you what, John, if I'm Ballard, I'm kicking away from Jacoby Cochran. The fact that he muffed that last kick, I don't care. He's too dangerous. I don't want to put the ball in his hands.
Thank you. There's nothing. I mean, now he should try to field it with only 19 seconds left. I would try to say go for it. Jacoby, go for it. Because, if he does well, hey, they still have to move the ball 40, 50 yards.
So it's a line drive kick, and Cochran's going to get it on his 30. He's got some room. Puts a move on a guy, puts a move on another guy. Oh, Jacoby Cochran dancing. Takes it across the 45 to about the 46. So with 7 seconds left to go, about a 17-yard return.
That's more than shake and bake.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's bring him to the dance. That was a beautiful run with no room. I mean, he's making people miss when they're right on top of him.
Yeah. so with 7 seconds left to go, the Bulldogs will come out. We'll have a play unless a quick incomplete. And so
they got enough speed to go vertical on this.
They do, but it looks like they're gonna drop down on a knee and not gonna risk anything.
Yeah.
So this will be the final play of the first half. So what we'll do at halftime, we're gonna throw it to Daniel B. He's gonna give you some updates on the scores. And I'm not sure Tony B may get the wireless mic and get in the crowd a little bit. So that's going to do it for the first half of action in game number 2. Garfield leading Ballard by a score of 21-0. And Tony's on the field, and I think he's going to try to grab. So we're going to keep it right here until he grabs, I believe, Coach Reggie Witherspoon. And, John, just a fine first half. Coach Witherspoon's got to be happy. And so we're going to keep it right here, and we'll give Tony the cue in just a minute when he grabs Coach and to get Coach's comments on this first half. So, again, if you're just joining, Garfield leading 21-0. And we're going to throw it to Tony B, and he is talking with Coach Reggie Witherspoon. And Tony,
shutout.
Tony's on the wireless mic, and it's going in and out.
We should all week long our physical football team. We're checking. I speak step how we practice.
So that I think we're a little bit out of range, unfortunately, and so we're coming in and out. I apologize, Tony B. with Coach Reggie Witherspoon, and we will try to see if we can get Coach Witherspoon coming back in after halftime, because right now we're not getting anything with that wireless mic. We apologize for that. So what we're going to do is Daniel's going to give us a score update. Well, now we have it.
For us, it's a lot of versatility. Not giving the defense to get lined up or aligned to what we're doing. We got some no huddle in there, got some motion going on, just to keep them off the toes. And so that way they get comfortable, right? Then that's the team's going to adjust. We don't want teams to be able to adjust.
So again, that's Tony B talking with
pretty good at halftime. What are you going to tell your team?
And we apologize. The wireless mic cutting in and out just a little bit.
Absolutely.
I have, I don't know if I'll give it to you, but it's the Emerald Fish and Chips.
Yeah. So Tony awarding Coach Witherspoon the Emerald City Fish and Chips $20 gift certificate to go to Jacoby Cochran Jr., who was named our Player of the Week last week for his performance. So we will try to, if we can, be able to get Coach Witherspoon coming back in. Again, we apologize. Just a little bit of technical difficulty there.
You know what I heard? Jacoby Cochran's a vegetarian, so you and I are going to take that certificate.
So with that, we're going to throw it to Daniel B. John and I will be back in about 13 minutes with half number 2. Right. Garfield leading Ballard by a score of 21-0.
And here at the half on Rainier Avenue Radio, we are live, and it's all this is almost like the first game of this doubleheader where one team was up 21-0. Well, Garfield leads Ballard 21-0 right there on Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station. It's 9:23 p.m. Here at Memorial Stadium, Leon H. Brigham Field. This game between these two teams was a lot closer in the shortened spring season, with Ballard winning that one actually 28-27. But in this one, Ballard's down by 3 touchdowns, 3 scores. It's 21-0 right here on Rainier Avenue Radio, with Garfield winning that one so far. Other scores in Metro action, Eastside Catholic well in hand at the end of the third quarter, moving into the fourth. A very scoreless third quarter, leading that one 35-6 over Seattle Prep. Convincingly dominance right there by the Crusaders. Number 3 Eastside Catholic winning that one 35-6 over number 6 Seattle Prep. And also Bishop Blanchette may be on their way to getting their first victory of the season as they lead Ingram convincingly 27-7. Fourth quarter, 8 minutes left in the game in that one right there. And the Bishop Blanchette may be getting their first win if they can hold on in the last 8 minutes, up 20 points So it seems more than likely. So they'll be going to 1-3. Roosevelt blew out Lakeside earlier today, 45-7. And of course, right here on Rainier Avenue Radio, you watched a complete shutout by the Lincoln Lynx over Chief Sealth, 42-0. Tomorrow in Metro play, Kent Meridian, a 0-3 team from the Puget Sound League, or I forget that's what it's called, but they're going to be at West Seattle right now, who's actually 2-0 on the season. That is going to happen tomorrow at 7 p.m. That will not be on our station, but you can go to metroleaguewa.org to get the score from that game right there. In the top 20 action, looking at some of these scores from the top 20 in 3A football top 20, including Bellevue with a dominating win over Lake Washington. They moved to 4-0 on the season. Also moving to 4-0, Ferndale with a similar shutout win over Mount Vernon. It was 42-0 in that contest. And also Kennewick moving to 4-0 with a blasting of Pasco, 41-0. 41-0. Kennewick. It looks like we have. We're trying to get the Ballard coach, I believe. So we're going to go to Tony B. I know the wireless mic is not cooperating right now.
Just keep fighting, play together. We're going to make it the second half. Thank you.
We apologize for all that. You almost heard none of it. But that was the Ballard coach trailing by 3 scores right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. We are live here at the half. Garfield leading Ballard. Back to your top 20 action right here on Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station. Let's see. Pasco losing to Kennewick. Kennewick goes to 4-0 on the season. That also with Marysville Pilchuck at number 11. They also moved to 4-0 with a plastering of Glacier Peak, 49-14 in that contest. And also moving to other scores in the top 20 action are also I have Spanaway Lake with a surprise upset at number 4 by number 13 Lincoln yesterday. They lost that contest 41-14, and Spanaway took their first L of the season to go 1-1. Number 13 Lincoln has already played Spanaway Lake. They've played number 2 Bellevue, and although they are 2-2 on the season, they have had such a hard schedule to play with. Right here on Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station. Also, with more scores for you from the top 20, including also Auburn Mountain View leading in the fourth quarter, 27-14 right there over Auburn in a league game for them at number 7, Auburn Mountain View. Also in action, number 12 Peninsula. Although they trailed earlier on to Timberline, they have since taken a lead, but it is very close going down to the wire. Number 12 Peninsula leading by only 2 points, 35-33 over Timberline with 4 minutes left in that contest. And Kelso also moving to 4-0 on the season with a plastering of Prairie, 33-8 right there. Mount Spokane at the half trailing Central Valley 14-3 in that one. Number 16 Mount Spokane might be falling here on the half, falling to Central Valley 14-3, although there's more game to be played in that one. Early in the first, our latest reporting from number 17 Liberty, they lead 7-0 over Hazen. And Central Kitsap at the half, all tied up. Number 19 Central Kitsap all tied up at the half. 7-7 with Gig Harbor, and number 20 Snohomish leading early in their game against Shorecast, 7-0 at the number 20 position right here on Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station, at 9:29 p.m. We have about 6 minutes left before the second half of play right here. And we would like to invite you to, if you like the Metro League and all of our teams, you can get all the news from it on Metro Sports Weekly. Check that out on Thursdays, 7 p.m. right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. You, of course, can watch it on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, just like this football game. And on the Rainier Avenue Radio app, you can download that for free. iPhone, Android users, download that for free, and you can listen to Take It Rainier Avenue Radio with you. And also on our website, we have a player in the upper right corner of the site. Go to RainierAvenueRadio.world, RainierAvenueRadio.world, and you can play our games, all of our shows, all of that. So Metro Sports Weekly is on Thursdays at 7 p.m. It is hosted by the Director of Athletics for Seattle Public Schools in the Metro League, Pat McCarthy, who gives you all of the latest Metro League news every Thursday at 7. And, of course, Mazina Mariar, who is part of our sports department, holds that show on every Thursday at 7 p.m. right here on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio. In Metro League action, we cannot report the score from Rainier Beach and O'Day because Rainier Beach was unable to play. They canceled their Memorial Classic last week, and then they canceled their game against O'Day this week. Now, we can't really report, unfortunately, on why they could not play, but for privacy reasons. We should Rainier Beach should be coming back to play soon with the rest of their schedule. As you can see on the screen right there, that is the remaining schedule for our station. It is subject to change, obviously, with COVID protocols and also cancellations and other means. But this is what you can expect in the coming weeks on Rainier Avenue Radio. A double header next Friday with Rainier Beach at this Ballard team at 5 p.m. And that'll be followed by Eastside Catholic at this Garfield team at Memorial. So we'll be covering both Ballard and Garfield next week as they host different teams. Ballard will host Rainier Beach, which is, even though they have canceled the past 2 weeks, they are a number 18 in 3A play. And Garfield will be hosting Eastside Catholic, who's coming in at number 3 after seemingly plastering Seattle Prep 35-6, but there's still more game to be played. That score is so tentative to change, but Eastside Catholic will more than likely be going into that game as a winner as they play Garfield next week. And on the 8th, you can check out at 5 p.m. Lindbergh of Renton will be playing at Lincoln of Seattle here at Memorial Stadium. So if you liked our Lincoln Lynx game earlier on, you can get more Lincoln Lynx action on the on October 8th. And then on the Saturday game, October 9th, this Garfield team will be playing at Rainier Beach. The time is to be determined. The Hood Classic football version, Saturday, October the 9th, right here on Rainier Avenue Radio Live. Also, the week after that, as you can see on the screen, October the 15th at 5 p.m. You can check out number 1 O'Day at Ballard here at Memorial Stadium. It's a double header as it'll be followed by Franklin at Lincoln, also Memorial Stadium, scheduled for 7:45. Our regular season scheduled games that are, of course, tentative. It will end on the October 22nd with a game scheduled for 7 p.m. with Seattle Prep at Rainier Beach. Right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. That is your schedule for the remaining regular season. Of course, we will cover games all the way to the state championship in the Tacoma Dome. So, of course, as always, we'll do the playoffs, we'll do the championship, and, of course, all the league games as all your favorite teams go across. And we'll cover, as best we can, all the top 23A teams as they continue the journey along with your Metro squads. So we all know who will be in the playoffs, and we'll recognize them, and we'll all be watching it together. We're about 1 minute away from your second half action right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Of course, you got Rick Dupree on the call, and you got not Juan Yashitaki, John Yashitaki, with your color commentary, your comedy, and whatnot. And apparently, John Yashitaki having some fans here in the comments. We have Noel Barnes from Facebook saying, "What up, John Yashitaki?" He's commenting. And Michael A. Carter noticing John Yashitaki right there. And not to mention, we have thank you for the praise from Karen Porter. It says, great job at the live feed. Thank you. And Tyler Ernest, apparently a big Rick Dupree fan, saying, hi, Rick, I love you. So we love you too, Tyler Ernest. I know we don't have Edwin Bailey with us anymore, but
that the money will be in the bank from Rick.
And, all right, John Yashitaki says the money will be in the bank. All right.
Rick, it's called a bribe.
I got to say one thing. When he comes to the football games, he's Jay Yeezy.
Jay Yeezy is in the house. Am I on? I'm not hearing myself. Am I on? Check 1 2 1 2. All right. Can you guys hear me? Hey, there we go.
Yeah, we're on.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. So Tyler Ernest, thank you. And as Edwin would say, my brother from another mother. We miss you, my guy.
Hey, how much do I have to bribe you, Tyler, to get a nice fanfare like that?
Well, see, we Tyler came and when Edwin and Tony spoke to students at Seattle Academy a couple years ago. Okay. Tyler Ernest came and joined us and was introduced to our senior class. And yeah, so thank you for that, Tyler, and all the people making comments. I think you said Michael Carter was their MC.
Yeah, I was saying, John, you did get love too. I guess your headphones weren't on, but yeah, you do have fans.
Oh, thank you.
Noel Barnes and Michael Carter.
Noel Barnes,
Michael Carter.
MC.
Played at W. If that's the same Michael Carter, played WSU.
No, Michael Carter that went to Asa Mercer and. Did Michael go to?
You have two fans, John, and Rick has one.
So yeah, okay. How you like that, man? Come on. So I'm the one that should be complaining up in here. What's up? But yeah, he said Noah Barnes, right?
Yeah,
I know Noah Barnes from Franklin High School.
He was there when I was coaching the sophomore team.
Yeah,
his brother played pro ball for Dallas.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we get together every Wednesday morning.
Okay.
Online and talk. Of course, he's a WSU guy, so we rib him. No, thank you, Noel. We love you, Noel.
Yeah.
You have the cool scent on you, man.
Yeah, we won't hold that against you. Appreciate Michael Carter, who has been around for years.
Okay,
MC.
Right.
And Tyler Ernest and all of you listening, we appreciate and watching. So we're about ready to start the second half. Ballard will kick off to Garfield, and the Bulldogs deep, it looks like, is Reggie Witherspoon III and Jacoby Cochran. Jr., I should say. And so those guys are deep. And it looks like the kicker for the Ballard Beavers is number 44, Jackson Greer, senior. Is that 44 or 14? It might be 14. Might be 14. Let's see. Yeah, actually it is 14. Grant Gerald. Grant Gerald. Yeah. So if you just tuned in, game number 1 tonight of our doubleheader saw Lincoln beat Chief Selt by a score of 42-0.
And it wasn't close.
And that call came to you from Juan Cotto and John Yashitaki. Jay Yeezy staying with me here for game 2. And after one half, Garfield leading Ballard by a score of 21-0. And it's been a commanding performance by the Bulldogs thus far, and they will receive the second half kickoff. Just waiting on the referees now. The clock is set to 12 minutes, and the official talking to the Ballard kicker now gives the ball to Grant Gerald, I should say, and Grant Gerald ready to kick it.
Why are kickers so different? Look, he's the only one wearing black leggings, black
But
socks.
you know what? I'm
always.
But I'm gonna say this: it looks good. That's what everybody should be wearing.
Right.
So I'm with him. Grant, you the man.
Yep.
You know, it matches. And the kicking, he's going to kick it short, a squib kick, and it's going to be just falling on at the 34-yard line by a Garfield player. And I believe that is number 18, which is Jason Finley. So Jason Finley, the junior, just covers the ball. So the Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line is where they're going to spot it.
That's an offshoot of the fact they didn't want to kick the ball deep and give Garfield a chance to return it.
Yeah,
I said their only hope, Ballard, is that Garfield doesn't get a good return.
Yeah, well, Jacoby Cochran Jr. already has a 75-yard punt return last week against Davis. Reggie Witherspoon Jr. had, I believe, it was about a 65-yard touchdown. It was called back, unfortunately. And I was talking to him, and he was like, "Yeah, he was being very generous." But I'm like, "Man, the block came, was behind you.
Exactly.
It didn't even affect the play, but still, it was called back." So the Bulldogs in the power I, 2 receivers to the right, the short side of the field. And the handoff, and that is around Hampton breaks one tackle across the.
He does not go down easy.
No, Hampton is a tough runner, and should have been stopped for a loss, and picks up about 2 on that out to the 40. Check that, the 36-yard line.
See, again, here you go. You're moving the ball against my defense. I can't stop you.
Only
you tell you.
Only a 2-yard pickup, but one that should have been maybe a 1 or 2 yard loss.
It should have been a loss.
Yeah. So how demoralizing is that? The handoff to Hampton. Hampton cutting and gang tackled again. He's going to be across the line of scrimmage for only about a yard or 2. So that's going to make it 3rd and 7. They've spotted at the 30. I'm sorry. Yeah, at the 37-yard line.
And you get excited and you start crowding that line of scrimmage. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to dump a pass down the field.
Yep. And Garfield has got the skill players and the speed to beat you.
That's exactly right. They'll go vertical on you, and you won't be able to cover them.
So the clock is ticking. We're about a minute into the 3rd quarter here. Garfield leading Ballard 21-0. So EJ.
Yep.
Camino.
You're going to leave him uncovered?
Yeah. And a rush coming in. Camino steps up. He's got some room, and he's going to fall down at about the 40-yard line. So that'll be about 4 yards shy of the 1st down. And so that's going to make it 4th and 4. Actually, they spotted at the 41. So, John, at 4th and 3, Bulldogs may go for it.
Yep.
EJ Kamanong is now they're bringing out the kick. No, I'm going to say they're bringing out the kicking unit, but I don't know.
Number 10.
No, they're not.
Yep.
They're making some adjustments here, but I don't see the kicker. So let's see what they're going to do. So they're going to line up in a powerhouse full house backfield.
Full house eye.
And they're going to hand off to the running back. Oh my goodness.
There he goes.
And then some. Tell you what, that was Jimmy Miller. Jimmy Miller, the sophomore. Let me tell you something, folks.
Right.
Jimmy Miller, if you're not watching the stream, Jimmy Miller put his shoulder down, ran a player over at the line of scrimmage, and goes across midfield for the 1st down.
There was really nothing there. He made it. He paved the way, as they say.
Man, I tell you what, there was no doubt on that one. So the Bulldogs, 1st down across midfield, 1st and 10 at the Ballard 46-yard line. And they hand off to Miller again. Not a lot of room.
He broke through again. Mike.
Miller, a 5-yard pickup down close to the 40-yard line.
Behind the line of scrimmage. The LOS was there, but
So that's what Coach Witherspoon was talking about. Their running game is so strong. And now coming back in at running back is Rayon Hampton for Jimmy Miller. But Miller, I tell you what, he is a punishing runner. So, oh, my goodness. He is not. He's going to deliver the blow, and he's going to make you pay.
Well, I'm going to run on 2nd down, but on 3rd down, if I get any yards here, I'm throwing the ball.
Yeah. So 2nd and Miller 5 yards on that 1st down carry. And so 4 seconds on the play clock. They got to get it off. They do. And Kamanong gets it off, and he's got a receiver wide open. That's number 44.
Oh. Well, they did it one down
Uriah Gibbons,
Right.
So Uriah Gibbons takes it all the way inside the
20.
I think say right at the 20-yard line.
Right at the 20, Rick.
So a big pickup there on the short pass from EJ Camino to, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And again, Coach Witherspoon said, think of Camino. So Camino,
right?
Camino.
Yeah.
I hope I'm getting that right. We'll work on it. And
but you got a sense, like you were watching, Ballard was getting sensitive to the run.
Yeah,
and it looked like they were crowding, getting ready to jump on the run, and
the Bulldogs in that full house backfield and pass it. So now the handoff to Rayon Hampton through the line. Hampton's got some room, keeps some legs churning inside the 15, down to about the 13. So about a 7, maybe 8 yard gain. Yeah, we're gonna give him 8 yards to the 14. He's got to get down to the seven. It's about 8 yards, John.
It's about 8 yards.
Yeah. And the Bulldogs, and there's a timeout. Ballard's going to call a timeout. So 8:06 left to go in the third quarter. Garfield a commanding 21-0 lead.
So what do you say? You call timeout, Ross, and what are you going to tell your kids? Hey, look, you got to shut us. You got to shut them down. You can't let them score on this one.
Yeah, because even though it's been a dominating performance so far, you're still in the ball game,
right?
But you're right, John. I mean, you got to fire these guys up.
Stop them.
And so much of coaching, people have to understand, is your ability to get those guys fired up. I mean, all of them are they're athletes. They're out there. They're competing. But if you can get guys believing in themselves, saying you can stop these guys, we've got to do it here, and then you get a stop. Oh, then the confidence goes up.
Exactly. I mean, to me, the guy you play for, Don James, the master to me.
And Don James, really, honestly, he coached the coaches and the coaches that coached us. So my coach was Al Roberts, who was a master motivator as well. So the Bulldogs, second and about 2.5 to go.
Oh, motion,
and the handoff inside.
Oh, my gosh.
And that is a number 55, John. I love it coming out of the backfield.
Looks like a lineman.
That is
running with the
Mature.
ball.
Well, that is Mature Whalen. Mature Whalen, remember earlier, came out of the game had the leg injury and is back in, and he does a job on the defensive line and now at the fullback position and got it all the way down to the 10-yard line for a first down.
Yep. Well, like I said, they are moving the ball.
Yeah.
It's hard to it's hard to gauge the psychology now of the kids at Ballard because they're getting wore out.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah. Garfield just keeps coming. Now they're putting Uriah Gibbons at running back, and also back in the backfield is Troy Bagea.
The full house.
Yeah, and then around Hampton in the deep tail of the eye, as Steve Rabel would say, the fake to Hampton.
He was open.
EJ is going to keep it himself. He's going to run in. Touchdown, EJ. Coming on.
And he was open on that deep post.
Yep.
They looked over there, and he ran the other way.
EJ takes it in, an 11-yard touchdown run.
Yep, that was a good play. Now, Ballard was guessing. They thought they were going to cover that deep post, and they looked that way. Quarterback took it up that left sideline.
So EJ Kamenong takes it in, or Kaminong. And Bulldogs, John, with 7:11 left to go here in the third quarter, just taking a commanding, if they get the extra point, a commanding 28-0 lead. And looks like they're getting the referee. Now they're getting it set. And snap is high, but the holder brings it down. And Marcus Merkelbach. Extra point is good.
He gets that ball fast off his foot. He drives that ball through. Man, that's just.
Yep.
In other words, with the elevation, you got to get that ball up. Once it gets down, you have to get it up because guys are coming in.
Yeah.
And you have to get that ball on the lift. And that guy gets that ball up there.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, kind of same principle as the golf club. You got to make sure that club hits that ball so you get that loft.
Exactly.
And that's what Marcus Merkelbach is. I tell you, we talk about this, John, and now, John, if we talk about a player of the game, you saw both games. You saw the first game, so you may have a player of the game there. But, I'm looking at a couple guys here. I mean, Jacoby Cochran Jr., I mean, he's just, he's something special. Yeah. Denali Dukes has had a great game on both sides of the ball, had the 18-yard touchdown run. But Marcus Merkelbach, the kicker, has played a game, and he has made a difference, John. I mean, he's in the running for my player of the game.
Being head special teams coach, I would say yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Do I have to demand another recount?
Right. And the other thing is such a weapon. He's kicking the ball on the kickoff.
He's changing the field position.
Yeah.
I mean, automatically.
Yeah, and, not giving Ballard a chance to get a return here.
This is I've never seen this kid before. I'm glad I'm here to see him.
I mean, his leg strength has increased from last year, and another high kick.
Another one high
and
one.
it's going to be fielded right at the goal line. Right at the goal line, taken out to the 15 and brought down. Good coverage.
Negative.
And that's Poppy Justice.
Yep.
And the Ballard player is still down on the turf. Now he's up, and I believe that is number 3. Yeah, it is. That was number 3, Jalen Edwards. Looked like he had some room, and then Poppy Justice just closed the gap and brought him down at about the 17-yard line.
That's
18.
That's 18. A loss.
Yeah, 2-yard loss.
Yep. You lost that one because you couldn't get to the 20.
Yep.
Well, this is a do or die. They got to score on this drive. They got to do something.
Quarterback Joe Farley in the gun.
Oh, they're loading up on the line of scrimmage.
Garfield coming up, and the quick out.
Oh, good,
and
good
a good
run.
move by Jalen Edwards.
Oh,
Edwards got some room, but boy, Jalen Edwards brought down, and that is
Good
number
pass.
4, Kewan Terry, the senior, coming up and making the hit and keeping it to just a 5-yard gain, which could have been a lot more, John. Actually,
I know.
6-yard gain out to the 25.
Garfield was coming. They were sending everybody that they could. Up
Yeah,
there.
they were.
They were lucky to recover.
So the handoff up the mid. No, check it. A pass out to Edwards, and Edwards
No, you're
coming
going the
back
wrong
there.
way.
Yeah,
You went
Edwards
the wrong way.
took it in. He is. Oh, now
What?
now they flagged. So Garfield stopped the runner. The Jalen Edwards caught the pass, and he was going backwards. A whistle blew, and he got a Garfield player down. We'll check out to see who that is, and hopefully nothing serious as the trainer comes out. And the Garfield players, I guess, John, didn't let go. So the flag was thrown on them.
Yeah.
And I think that the referee's being a little more sensitive, and that is down on the field. That's number 8, Denali Dukes, who has had a great game. Yeah. And let's see, it looks like maybe a cramp.
Mm-hmm. The way I'm thinking, Garfield really reacts well. I mean, they react fast.
Yeah, they
so
really do.
I'm thinking, hold it, we got to change our attack.
Yeah.
Misdirection. We got to do something.
Yeah.
Change it.
Overplay. Yeah, they're overplaying
that's
and
exactly
see if you can get them. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Misdirection, overplay. You got to change up because their reads and their reaction, goes hand in hand. Call alignment, stance, all that stuff. We teach.
They're really good point.
They really respond and they're quick enough to react.
Yeah.
So you got to change that up. You got to make them think, and that they can't react. And so again, misdirection, that kind of stuff.
So Denali Dukes is down, and actually, maybe John, they might be looking at an ankle. I'm not sure.
It looks
he's sitting up. Now he's getting some help up.
Let's see if he puts weight on. It looks like a knee or an ankle, or maybe he's just
okay. So he's walking.
Got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, so he's walking under his own power.
He's good. That's good.
Yep. So he's going to be okay. He'll be back in the game. Now there's a penalty on the play. We'll see what it is. And again, we think
unnecessary roughness.
Yeah,
probably.
could be, and we'll see if that's a 5 or 15.
Yep. Well, we're halfway through this quarter.
Yep, 6:26 left to go. Bulldogs leading 28-0 with 6:26 left to go in the third quarter.
The only question I have is why did you cut back to the teeth of the defense on that last play?
Yeah,
you had some yards upfield.
Yeah.
Turn upfield, and he cut back, and so he actually took a loss.
So John, it's going to be a first down.
Yep.
They got to move the chains because the ball's out to the 30.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
On the Bulldogs.
Yep.
So I still haven't moved the chains. They got to move the chains. Now the chains are finding, and the referees, come on, get them moving, man.
Well, he kept pointing, telling him to move. And they just.
So they reset now at the 31-yard line, the chains, that is. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Beavers on their own 31-yard line, trailing 28-0.
Garfield's coming.
And the handoff and the cutback and a fine run. That is Sam Crocker. He's got some room on the sideline. He's across the 40 for a first down. Tell you what, the senior Sam Crocker is showing that he can make some things happen.
Yep.
I remember him from the spring. Good, hard runner. So moving the chains out to the 44-yard line. 3 receivers to the right for quarterback Joe Farley. And the lone running back there is Crocker. And almost picked off a great reaction on the ball. That was Yamani Howell diving and knocks the pass down to make it for the incomplete. Boy, Yamani Howell, great anticipation.
Yamani Howell read it. The quarterback either telegraphed it or Yamani Howell stayed in his zone.
Yep. So Yamani Howell, great play there, knocking the pass down, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10, 5:59 left to go in quarter number 3.
Yeah, I see where he is. He's on. Yeah, he stayed right where he's supposed to be. And he probably is the reverse guy,
Yeah,
for the
have that
reverse
contained,
coming back.
Interception. And that is Poppy Justice. He's going to take it on. Pick 6 all the way.
Yes.
Poppy Justice, 40 yards, touchdown, pick 6.
Quarterback is telegraphing the pass. That's exactly what he read. what I thought that when the Garfield player in the previous play, he telegraphed. That's why he read it.
And Poppy Justice just a great reaction and read it, and
he was gone.
Yep. Stepped inside, got the interception, takes it back for the touchdown. Bulldogs 34-0.
Well, as wonderful as that play is, this is the guy that impresses me, the kicker.
Yeah. No, Marcus Merkelbach is one of our. He is a difference maker. The Bulldogs. Snap is good. The kick is up, and Bulldogs.
That ball gets up there, and that just is so clean. There is no flutter. That ball is driven, and that's really clean.
So with 5:52 left to go in the third quarter, Garfield 35, Ballard 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening or watching and you're shocked, so are we.
Ooh, I tell you what, the Bulldogs showing they are a team to be reckoned with. And we're going to take it over to Tony B. Tony, what's going on?
I just want to thank Ken and Lori for donating on Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio. Again, if you are enjoying this broadcast, this is how we survive. And so we depend on your donations. And thanks to John Yashitaki and Rick Dupree for another outstanding broadcast, which you're listening to. And if you happen to be watching, thanks also to Lourdes Prim doing the camera work, and just a great staff here. And so if you're enjoying the game, go ahead and give us a donation at Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio.world, and I'll take it to Mr. Daniel Bellis, I believe.
More love for you, Rick. Rico Brown, Duke, what's up?
Rico, what's up, my man?
And Michael Carter has love for the entire squad. He also says big love to Rick, my longtime friend, and John the Great, and shouts out to TB. I guess that's Tony B, and Daniel, the engineer specialist.
And a big thanks, as Tony said, to Lourdes Prim, our high school intern, doing a phenomenal job on the main camera. Lourdes is so quiet over there. I didn't realize she was there. Got the hoodie on and it got the mask up, but doing a great job. So appreciate that.
Yeah, wearing her University of Spoiled Children sweatshirt.
What I know, Lourdes just came back from a trip down to L.A., got a chance to spend some time with Taylor Kareen, and I got the USC hoodie on, and look at you, looking good. So go ahead on, Lourdes. Lourdes, an aspiring filmmaker and into this genre, so doing a great job for us here. We appreciate it. So penalty on the kick and against the Bulldogs, so the ball's going to come out to the 35-yard line, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Ballard Beavers. Now, keep in mind the mercy rule. As you know, once a team goes up by 40 points, the clock will be running. 5:52 left here in the third quarter. That is a strong possibility with the Bulldogs leading. And coming in from his linebacker position, Denali Dukes. And with the Denali Dukes with the sack all the way back to the 25-yard line, maybe?
It almost looks like it was called I relinquish my
the
down, and I fall on the ground.
Because Joe Farley, Dukes didn't hit him, but he was coming at him and caused him to lose his balance, and so a loss of 10 back to the 25, so to make it 2nd and 20. The Bulldogs, John, just a commanding performance here tonight.
This is a shocker. Oh, you got motion,
and I think that may have been Dukes moving. Nope. He was
motion.
drawn off.
Offensive lineman moved the tackle, I think, of the guard right there.
So I was going to make it 2nd and 25.
Garfield was getting ready to run another. It looked like they're getting ready to blitz again. What it does is get you hypersensitive as an offensive lineman, because once you put your hand down, you cannot move.
You can't move. Yeah. And the way Garfield is playing, and that's part of that the whole mind game, and intimidating guys.
They're running my God, he's right.
The screen.
Nice play. Got out there.
I believe that is Kellen Queen. Nope, check that. That is Sam Crocker. Crocker on the screen is going to get some of that back. Another flag down at the end of the play, and got another Garfield player down.
I wonder if that's a targeting thing with the hit with the hit. I didn't see much.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. And looks like Garfield players, John, I think guys are getting cramps because the Garfield player down and his teammate kind of pushing the foot. Yeah, to stretch out
forward.
To stretch out the calf area.
Yep.
And so I think that's what we're seeing. And again, it's early in the season. Also, again, if guys aren't hydrated well, body's getting used to playing, at this level.
Yep.
And certainly that is not uncommon to see cramps. So don't think it's serious. I can't see the number of the player that's down, but it does not appear to be anything serious. So we've got 4:49 left to go in the third quarter. Garfield leading 35-0 here over Ballard.
What are they?
So it looks like the trainer's just trying to stretch that leg out. I think now they're going to help him up. And what number is that? That's looks like, is that Jacoby Cochran Jr.? I think it is number 6. He's going to limp off. Is that number 6 or number 8? It is 6. Yeah,
that's 6.
So Jacoby Cochran Jr. limping, and we hope it's nothing serious. It looked like it was a cramp the way they were stretching it. Yeah, they're bending the leg and then so it is a cramp.
And they're pushing the toe towards the head. Yeah, that is a cramp. Give them some. We don't want to do a commercial thing, but Powerade, Gatorade, electrolytes in it.
Yep. So
not just water.
Right. So penalty on the play, the Bulldogs, and the ball is going to come all the way out to the 45, and I believe it's going to be a first down.
But what is it?
I didn't see the referee, John. It's the signal, so I'm not sure what the penalty was.
Unnecessary roughness.
And listening to the legendary hang time, Lamar Hurd doing the PA announcing up in the booth here at Memorial Stadium, and I have my headphones on. I wasn't able to hear Lamar.
I didn't hear it. Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Beavers at their own 45-yard line.
Trips right. Oh, motion left, motion across.
Jalen Edwards in motion.
They double up.
And looking that way and in the slot there. And that is Edwards. He makes a guy miss. He's on the run across the 35 to the 30 and down inside the 30-yard line. So nice a good pattern catch and run by Jalen Edwards. And Joe Farley put the ball on him, John.
Nice play. Nice play.
So the Beavers say, hey, not so quick.
Yep.
Not so quick here.
They didn't cover the motion guy.
Now late flag. John, we've seen this a few times where I don't know if one of the officials feels like Garfield players are saying something or whatever, and there weren't Ballard players, so I don't know if a player was making a comment to a referee. Trust me, I know Coach Witherspoon and his staff well enough, and that they will address that. You will not see that in future games. I'm not sure what's happening, and you remember this happened earlier in the game,
it did.
And then the referee they waved it off, so they came in, and so they're having a conference again, and John. Leads me to think that maybe you have an official there that's maybe a little sensitive, and now they're confirmed. We'll see if they wave it off or if it is a penalty.
He might have gone to Ballard or probably went to Franklin. So, I'm sorry, I love Franklin.
A Bulldog hater, huh?
Yeah, well, I coached at Franklin too, so I'm.
So there, it looks like they're going to march it off. Let's see.
Unsportsmanlike.
So let's see.
15. Yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's going to take it all the way inside the 15 to the 14.
Personal foul? Unsportsmanlike or personal foul?
Hold on. He said personal foul. So I'm not sure because it was after the play. I didn't see the play.
It's considered a dead ball foul.
Yeah. So with that, though, it takes the ball all the way just inside the 15 with 4:28 left to go. The Beavers in their best field position of the game thus far, trailing 35-0.
Triple right.
Lone back is number 9, Sam Crocker, for quarterback Joe Farley. Farley, only a sophomore. Quarterback is showing a lot of poise here, under pressure, getting rid of it. Hand off to Crocker. Crocker is met. Yeah, but also there was big. Is that 63 or 53? I can't make it out.
It's hard to make it out.
I think it's 53. I don't see a
63. Yeah, big 53. Yeah,
53. That is Jamil Cola.
He's limping a little bit. I think he got kneed in the leg.
Yeah. But so Cola with the stop there and about a 3-yard loss back to the 18-yard line.
The Garfield got through a better block than the Ballard player did.
Yeah. So second down,
blitzing
in the gun and going up and over for the receiver. Touchdown, Ballard. Yep. Pulling it in is number 3, Jalen Edwards. And I tell you what, John, Joe Farley put that ball where he had to put it, where only his receiver could get it. And Jalen Edwards stretched out at a great catch there So Ballard on the scoreboard, I should say, with 3:45 left to go, making it a score of 35-6, and they'll try the extra point.
Right now, he got a good pass. No one else could have got it other than his receiver, and he stretched it for it, and he made a good catch. Good catch, which means he put touch on that ball. Didn't overthrow it, didn't underthrow it. So. Oh, good kick.
Extra point is up, and it is good.
Well, as you know those passes that get thrown that don't flutter, that are on the line. They say that in receiver, balls that have a tight spiral are actually harder to catch than the kinds that have a little bit of flutter, but they can hit your hand squarely.
Yeah.
Balls that have that tight spiral can actually slip right through your hand.
Yeah. That's what you have to catch with them. One of the things I used to watch Steve Largent, remember the Seahawks, one of the greats, and I was at Como TV and would go out and cover practices. And two things Steve Largent did that certainly I think all receivers need to pay attention to. One is that he always caught the ball with his hands. He always extended his arms out and caught it with his hands, not bringing it in, hitting on his shoulder pads. And number two, his eyes, his head, wherever that ball went, his eyes were following that. He looked it in.
Look at it once, look at it twice.
Right.
It's the only way you can do it. And then he didn't wear gloves, did he?
What's that? I don't believe so.
Some of the greatest, Lynn Swann, those guys, they never wore gloves. Lynn Swann refused to wear gloves, even as cold as it got in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, those guys,
because they wanted to feel.
Yeah, you want to feel it. You got that touch. So the Ballard Beavers on the scoreboard finally with 3:45 left to go in the third quarter to pull to within 28 points, 35-7. Then it looks like they're going to do an onside kick, and they got one player, offsides on Ballard, so they'll move the ball back to the 35-yard line.
But if you kick 35 and you go onside kick and Garfield gets it, guess what? They're on the plus side.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to think about that.
And now, kind of the cat's out of the bag. They're an onside kick. So
they're not gonna. You cannot take a chance on those guys right there.
No,
it's just
you want to squib kick past that front line.
You want to go. Yeah, exactly.
And get it in between. If they can get it in between past the second line, well, you might not want to do that.
We learned this from UW. It's almost called bump punt, where you make it dead, but you hit it up in the air and it comes down.
Yeah. And that a lot of times is you see that on onside kick sometimes, and it gives your guys the chance. Oh, now they're going the other way. They're saying it was Garfield
that was offside. Okay.
Hold on, let's check that, because the one official was pointing to a Ballard player saying that he jumped. Well, now it's called on the Bulldogs, so they bring it out to the 45-yard line.
Well, it has to get to that line right there, 45, in order to be recovered. So if Garfield gets it before then.
Yeah, Garfield can field it before the 45-yard line, or if it goes past, they've got to get it. But it is live ball.
Yeah.
But the team cannot touch it inside the 10. And it goes right to one of the up linemen, and he catches it and just falls down at the 42.
This might be the devil in the details, or, you pick your poison. You give him Garfield great field position.
Yeah. And John, I believe that was number 10, Javon Camarillo.
Okay.
That the junior that fielded that.
Well, he did a good job. Kick. He didn't let it squirt out from underneath him.
He caught it on the fly and then just went down, and so he went down on the 42-yard line. So the Bulldogs, with 3:45 left to go, will have 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line.
Great field position.
Yeah, it is. You got 58 yards to go, and the way they move the ball, you get a sustained drive here and get some more points on the board.
Yep.
A.J. Caminong in the gun. He's got 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Now the whistles blow. Pre-snap. Let's see what the call is.
I think it could be the clock, the game clock.
The play clock.
Play clock. Because it's at 40.
So I thought the play clock uses at 40, but last week they shortened. It was going 25.
Yeah.
And I haven't been paying attention to see at the start of a play where it's at, but right now it's set at 40, which, again, I thought that's where it normally is.
Well, they didn't start it when the referee put it for play, but let me see what's happening.
So the referees talking to Coach Ross Humphreys, the Ballard head coach, on the sideline. They're explaining what's going on. So let's see. So the ball right now is set on the Bulldog 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
25 seconds.
Okay,
That's
25.
Correct.
So 25, not
correct.
40. Okay, so they got the play clock set.
Yep.
3:45 to go in the third quarter. Garfield leads it 35-7. Reggie Witherspoon Jr. in motion, but the handoff, and that is Rayon Hampton. He breaks a tackle. He's across the midfield and brought down, and maybe a touchdown-saving tackle there by Jalen Edwards, the guy who just had a great catch for a touchdown for the Beavers. And on that play, a great touchdown-saving tackle. But the Bulldogs across midfield to the 43.
I'm going to tell the Ballard coach, you can't stop Garfield with 3 down linemen on the line.
No,
you got to put more beef up there.
Yeah, because, I mean, they're running the ball.
Yeah, you cannot put – you can't let linebackers because –
yeah, their linebackers are pretty deep there. So Garfield's getting to that second level quickly.
You got to put more bodies on that line.
Yeah, the 2 inside linebackers are 6 yards off the ball.
There's a hole.
And off the Hampton. And a good defensive play there.
But
3 Ballard players there. And the first guy there, I believe, was number 4, Alex Good. And that's going to be
a
loss of about 1. Yeah, back to the 44. So to make it 2nd and 11.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have some beef up on that line.
Yeah, you know you really do.
Absorb the blockers so you can cover holes. You can shoot gaps, but you can't do it with 3 guys.
Right, yeah. Well, you're out man 5-3.
Exactly.
Right there.
Exactly.
And again, the outside linebackers are outside, the tackles, and the inside backers are 5 yards off the ball.
Right, exactly. And you run a full house back, you got 2 blockers in there, too.
Now they had a blitz, and EJ is going to be sacked.
Yep.
About a yard loss back to the 45-yard line. So EJ Camino stepped up and trying to avoid the rush and was brought down. So to make it 3rd and 11, actually they're going to spot the ball.
It's about 3rd and 11 again. No
gain.
So
no gain. Yeah, he got it back to the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 11 at the 44. Camino comes to the sideline, gets the play. Now with 16:15 on the play clock. Breaks out of the huddle. He's got 1 back next to him. That is number 27, Rayon
3
Hampton,
on the right.
3 on the wide side of the field. And then down here on the bottom is Raleigh Canali. And the pass, and that is Jacoby Cochran Jr., who's back in the ball game. And Ballard well played on that screen. No, check that. That was Jacoby Cochran Jr.
Back in. He's
back in. So again, John, as we said, just right now, players experiencing some cramping.
Yeah.
And about only a yard pickup on the screen there. Not a lot going. Ballard played that really well. So that'll make it 4th and 10 at the 43. 1:25 left to go here in the third quarter. Garfield leading Ballard 35-7.
So this is the right thing to do.
The punt.
Nice. There it is.
And it's going to be fielded right at about the 12-yard line. And that is Edwards breaks the tackle. He's off running and around the left side. He's going to break it out.
Good run. Good
get close to the 30-yard line. Yeah. So with 1:07 left to go in the third quarter, Garfield leading 35-7 over Ballard. And if you are just joining us, game number 1 saw Lincoln over Chief Sealth 42-0.
And like I said, it
wasn't close. Huh? Yeah.
It wasn't even close.
So the Beavers take over 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line, trailing 35-7. 45, 44, 43. The clock is ticking in the third quarter. The handoff, and I believe that is running back Sam Crocker. And Crocker actually, picking his holes in and getting through, picks up about 4, almost 5 yards on the play. They can spot it. Yeah, they spot it at the 34. So 4-yard pickup. Yeah, the referee takes a step back and moves the ball back. But I tell you what, John, I've been impressed with Sam Crocker making a little something out of nothing.
Nothing. He had nothing. This should be the last. They may not run this play.
No, it looks like they'll get it off. 9, 8, 7 on the game clock, 14 on the play clock. So they got to get it off, and they do. And the handoff to Crocker on the left side. He's got some room, and he's going to be brought down. And that
does it for the third.
Yep, is Michael Montgomery with the stop short of the first down. So that will do it for 3 quarters here at Memorial Stadium. Garfield leading Ballard 35-7. let's throw it to Daniel B. See if we've got some updates on some of the games going on around the city. Daniel?
Yeah, thank you there, Rick. Pretty much most games have been completed, including Bishop Blanchette winning over Ingram 27-7. Bishop Blanchette picks up their first win of the season. They are now 1-3 on
Say
the
it
year.
ain't so. Daniel, over my alma mater. What's up with that?
Yeah, well, they were 2-1 coming in, so now they're 2-2 in that contest right there. Roosevelt convincing win over Lakeside, 45-7. Blowout win there. Lincoln with delivering Chief Self the goose egg earlier on here at Memorial Stadium, 42-0. Tomorrow, Kent Meridian will be here at Memorial Stadium at 7 p.m. At West Seattle. We're coming in at 2-0. That'll be a Saturday tomorrow at 7 p.m. Also, Eastside Catholic just wiping out Seattle Prep, dominating that second half, 35-13 in that one. Number 3, Eastside Catholic with the win, moving to 2-1 on the year over Seattle Prep, who falls down to 3-1 on the year right there. So next week, Eastside Catholic will be playing at this Garfield team. That'll be going down October the 1st at 7:45, and Seattle Prep will be at number 1 O'Day. So they just got blown out by Eastside Catholic, and then next week they're going at the O'Day number 1 Irish. So 2 hard weeks for the Prep Panthers, and they lost 1. We'll see how they do with O'Day next week. Yep. No, Eastside Catholic lost in Colorado. They got blown out over there, but that Valor Colorado is like number 50 nationwide or something. So,
yeah.
Opens like that, right?
So Ballard will take over to start the fourth quarter at the Garfield 47-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing 35-7. Bulldogs, again, a commanding performance here tonight, and just giving up the score on a good drive by the Beavers in the third quarter, near the end of the third quarter. And the Beavers getting on the scoreboard and no doubt building some confidence. So confidence, I should say. Right now, quarterback Joe Farley looking quick pass to his receiver, which is, I believe, his favorite target, as he's thrown to him a lot tonight, and that is Jalen Edwards. And Edwards is a senior running back, wide receiver DB.
Oh, somebody's down.
And we got 2 players down, a Garfield player and a Ballard player, and they're both up. They're okay.
Well, you know I'm going to say it. Leave it to Beavers.
Okay, now I'm going to date myself. For those that are young don't know this, John, but hey, Wally.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beef, what's up?
And that Eddie.
June
Haskell.
and Ward, yeah.
And he was so slick.
Yeah, he
oh,
was.
Mrs.
He thought he was. Yeah. Eddie Haskell. So whenever, for those young listeners have no idea what we're talking about, an old show called Leave It to Beaver, but Eddie Haskell is that guy who smiles in the face of the parents, but really, is not a good guy.
Devious.
Yep. I don't know what you call him these days, but I still call him. If I see somebody like that, it's Eddie Haskell.
And Ward was dad. Ward.
June was the mom. June and Ward. We are dating ourselves, John.
Yes.
3rd and 5 for the Beavers at the 42-yard line.
Right.
And it looks like they're changing the play at the line there. That is Joe Farley.
Trips left again.
Got to get the ball off. 2-1, just barely gets it off. Handoff. And
he's caught.
Coming from his outside linebacker spot to make the stop is Uriah Gibbons, a great defensive play. Yeah.
He closed really quick. Really quick on there. You got it? There you go. Excuse me. Our wonderful technician, our camera operator, l'opérateur de la caméra.
So we are switching cameras here.
Well, they keep doing this trips left, but they haven't been able to do anything with that formation. Well, it looks like they may do it now.
So pass was high, tipped, and almost intercepted.
Twice.
I tell you, I believe that was, if I'm not mistaken, number 6, Jacoby Cochran Jr.
Yeah.
No, check it.
No,
it was Jacoby who who initially tipped it, and then Poppy Justice, who comes off the field and looks like he's suffering a cramp as well.
Yep.
He almost picked it off.
Yeah. So
So that is a turnover on downs. The Bulldogs will take over 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line.
Yeah, 41.
And you may be able to hear it a little bit in the background, but the Garfield band is here in force, and always one of the better bands in the city as well as the state, and they are jamming as usual.
Nobody rocks like Garfield, man.
And they got that percussion session, the drums.
Quick. They weren't set.
And that is Rayon Hampton coming on the right side, but it's going to be illegal procedures coming back on the Bulldogs.
Illegal procedure. Illegal shift. Yeah, illegal shift. Same thing.
Yep.
Illegal shift.
Illegal shift on the Bulldogs. So to come back.
You have to set.
So again, want to say thanks to Lourdes Prim doing a great job as our camera operator and doing a handheld now, and you wouldn't be able to tell, but we will get it just working on that. So a loss of 5 on the penalty.
Full house eye.
Hand off to Rayon Hampton. Hampton across, maybe back to the line. Maybe they might give him a yard on it. So I make it 2nd and 14. Second and 14 for the Bulldogs at their own 38, 37, I think. The ball is actually in between the 37 and 38. Clock is moving, John. 9:15 left to go in the ball game.
Ballard is almost reaching that point of no return. They're not going to have enough time. They got to make up 28 points.
Yeah, Garfield leading 35-7. 9 minutes and the clock is ticking. In motion is Rayon Hampton.
Double stack.
Empty backfield. EJ coming on, looking. He's got a receiver on the sideline. Did he drop it? No, he made the catch. Yeah, Reggie Witherspoon III made the catch across midfield. He's really close to the first down. Let's see where they mark it.
Pretty close.
Okay, wait, the referees, now
they
bring it back.
No.
Okay.
Reception.
No reception. So it looks like he caught it, but he must have been out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the ball hitting down. So that's going to make it 3rd and 14. Balls at the 37-ish. The reason I say 37-ish is because the back end of the ball is on the 37, but the front end is in between the 37 and 38.
You see, ish, that's how they talk in New York, man. It's a little bit of ish and it's a little bit of that.
So EJ coming on with
hands
it off to Rayon Hampton. He's got some room, and then Hampton slips and falls down across the 45. But a nice pickup.
Nice pickup.
And that's going to make it 4th and 5 at the 46. And on comes the kicking unit and kicker number 40, Marcus Merkelbach.
Yep.
Merkelbach has had quite a game here. He is a weapon for the Bulldogs.
Truly, this is the epitome of what a kicking game can do.
Yeah, and the difference it can make for you.
What a difference
we
it can
have
make.
seen that tonight.
The science says field position is paramount because the closer you get to the goal line, you will score. You know?
Yeah.
If you get put in the hole because of kicking,
Merkelbach gets
he
the
got
kick
it
off.
That's a good kick.
Bounces and it's going to be filled high.
He got it though.
Oh, and that's again number 3, Jalen Edwards. Edwards, fine return out to about the 36-yard line. Edwards, man, he's a pretty shifty little runner. He had that great catch for the touchdown.
Yep. He took a chance on that one, but
So it's kind of a line drive punt, and Edwards fielded it. If you're listening and not watching, and he was able to get past a couple of Garfield guys and a nice return out to the 36-yard line.
It almost went over his head on the bounce, but he recovered it very good.
So it's 7:57 left to go.
Yeah.
Ballard taking over 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line.
They think they're going to pressure. Yes, they are. They sent the linebackers.
Oh, and stopped in the
back.
backfield. Oh, yeah.
My goodness. Yeah, I thought they would try to pressure, because they got to do one or two things. They're going to throw the ball, and if you're going to run blitz, they timed it perfectly.
Yeah, they did. And Tawaf Abadou there with the stop, and it's a big loss, John. Let's see,
6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, about 7-yard loss. So to make it 2nd and 17 at balls at the 30-yard line.
Yep. You called it right.
Yes, sir.
17. I almost looked like they're laying off.
Pass across the middle.
Nice
and
catch.
a great catch.
Good catch.
And Jacoby Cochran Jr. coming up and making the tackle, but
he was lucky to make.
Yeah.
He got just a piece of the guy.
Just a piece of that was Jalen Edwards running kind of a post pattern.
Right.
And across midfield for the first down.
Hardest route to cover. Post.
Yeah. But if you drive the guy, get him off of you, then you kind of make that break.
Yes.
Pass again, same thing, and that's Edwards again. And Edwards makes a tackle and miss, and he's down to the 30-yard line. Ballard has found something here, John, something maybe he should have been doing earlier.
Well, they're about 20 minutes.
Yeah, but this Farley to Edwards combination is proving successful. Another Garfield player down on the field. And again, looks like he's holding a
knee,
ankle or back of the knee. We'll see. We've had, unfortunately, a number of players down, but I think a lot of it we've seen, John, has been cramping. So and all the players have come back. So no serious injuries, which you hate to see that. Hate to see a player down.
Yep.
So we will let you know as soon as we know.
So these teams play in the Sound Division. That is, if I'm not mistaken, that also includes some of the better teams.
Yeah, Eastside Catholic. Yeah,
right.
Roosevelt.
Mm-hmm.
O'Day.
Right.
That is the top division here in the Metro League. It's split up basically into 3 divisions, if you will, with your strongest teams, and then the middle, and then the lower teams. So the Garfield player is still down.
Well,
and we will see. I still can't make out the number.
I can't. Let me see if I can. No, they got him covered, so I can't.
Yeah, so he's moving the knees, and so it looks like he's nothing serious, and that is. Okay, it's Jacoby Cochran Jr. again. Yeah, I think he's getting some cramps. No, is that 6 or 8?
That's number.
That is 6. Yeah, so Jacoby Cochran Jr. He's not happy, but he's walking on off the field on his own power. So
that 6 looks like an 8 because it's bent over.
Jersey,
on his jersey on his body. You know, it's interesting. The shoulder pads, the front of the shoulder pads.
Yeah, so John, I'm thinking he has been cramping, so I'm thinking maybe that is it. He walks off on his own power.
Get him out.
Yeah. Rest him. I mean, the rest of the game you don't need him, and that's a guy you need for the remainder of the season.
Exactly. Trips right this time.
1st and 10 on the 31, the handoff. And that is Crocker. Crocker making a couple guys miss inside the 25 down to about the 23. 8-yard pickup. So the clock's still moving. 6:15 left to go. Ballard driving again on the Garfield 23-yard line.
Trips right again.
And quarterback Joe Farley looking to the sideline now, barking signals. 17 on the play clock, so he's got time. Looks like he is changing the play at the line. He gets a snap. The quick out. He's got a receiver there. That's number 4, Alex Good.
Yep.
And Good's going to have a first down inside the 20.
Right. That's a good play. Real short pass.
Yeah, take advantage. And one of the things, John, I would love to see more of kind of a press, a tight press, man-to-man.
Defensive backs right on your face.
Yeah, kind of
fighting you off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, used to call it the bump and run or whatever. You're there, and you make that contact with the receiver, you throw them off. And I remember my coach in arena football, Bob Harrison, I mentioned him earlier, used to be the receiver coach for Atlanta. He said, you got to get the swim move, or you come up. And he said, or you come up underneath. And he said, it's got to be a violent move. Halfback pass, wide open in the end zone. Touchdown, Ballard. 18 yards. And that was Sam Crocker to Jalen Edwards for the 19-yard touchdown pass. And Ballard back on the scoreboard again. And Garfield totally fooled by that halfback pass. Or that, that's exactly what it was.
That one's for pride. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. But, it's still a tough time. I mean, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Not a lot of time. You're still 2 scores down.
Now three scores.
Yeah. Take that. I'm sorry. Yes.
So Jalen Edwards, his second touchdown pass of the day. That one was 18 yards.
Yeah.
So with 5:16 left to go in the game, Ballard on the scoreboard again, pulling to within 21 points, making a 35-14 score. And that halfback pass, Sam Crocker got the pitch on the right side. The defense came up. Jalen Edwards got behind, I should say, the defense and was wide open in the end zone.
Yep.
18-yard touchdown pass. Ballard on the scoreboard again, trying to come back with 5:16 left. Garfield leading 35-14.
Well, this is a good and bad situation. It's good you score, but the problem is, the bad is you got to kick it back to Garfield. So,
yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen
and
there?
you got to stop them.
Yep. Well, I think penalties at key times have made had an impact in not in a significant way, but enough of a disruption.
Yeah, absolutely. So deep back in is Jacoby Cochran Jr., who came off the field a moment ago. He's on his 29-yard line, and across from him is Reggie Witherspoon III. So those are the 2 deep men. And we'll see likely an onside kick from Ballard. And that is exactly it. And Garfield ball's loose. Garfield's got to get on it. They finally do on about the 38-yard line.
Yep. And again, good field position.
Yeah,
That's what you're giving up.
Now, what you want here, John, obviously is something the Seahawks weren't able to do last week. You've got to sustain a drive here. And one of my disappointments with the Seahawks in the play calling, late in the game, in the second, the latter part of the second half, so probably midway through the third quarter, they didn't get the ball to Chris Carson.
Yeah, I know.
You got a runner there who is a fabulous running back, runs hard, gets your positive yards, runs north and south. And you got to get a sustained drive, and they didn't do it.
No, they didn't.
So that's what the Bulldogs need to do now here with 5:16 left to go in the ball game, leading 35-14. Ball's on the 38, and the handoff, and that's Rayon Hampton, and he ran across the 40-yard line.
That's
and
a good run.
Talk about yards after contact, and he got about 4 or 5 after the contact out to the
total about 6 yards.
Yep,
on there. It looks like
44-yard line, 6-yard gain. Yep. Exactly.
This is the mettle of your team, as they say.
Yep.
The true mettle of your team. METTLE. I thought I'd dazzle you with my.
I'm impressed. Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah, this is the true. This is the true evaluation of your team.
So second down, handoff to the up back. That the fullback just gets it, that quick dive.
Yep.
And that is number 7, Troy Vigea.
Got about 1.5. So they got third and about 1.5 to 2.
So they spot the ball on the 45. And so about 2.5. No, across about the 46. So yeah, you're right, John. About 2 yards.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit less.
Yep.
Now, third down. I like those odds, third and 2.
Yes. And again, if you kick, you're putting them in the hole.
Yeah.
So
if you don't get the first down here, John, that's a really good point. You got a great kicker. I think I kick it away instead of trying to go for it, because if you don't get it, now Ballard has the ball
plus 50,
on
the plus 50. And so, again, the concept of the 3 elements: offense, defense, and special teams.
So the play clock starts, I should say. Bulldogs break the huddle. E.J. Kaminong is under center. Ball's on the 46-yard line. Receiver to his right. Receiver to his left.
You got calling timeout. I knew they were running out of time, but
Bulldogs call a timeout.
It's pretty obvious what's going to happen. They're tightening that line. Line splits are tightened, and you got a fullback and a lead back, or tailback.
And John, I like that. And then you got receivers split wide to the right, wide to the left. And, and honestly, in a play like this, and I'm gonna try to beat you to the edge. I want to see a student body left, student body right.
Yeah, exactly.
or something you don't see often in a play. When I was at Ingram, Ingram was not used to having, a quick scat back, and again, I was 153 pounds, but I had good speed and even I was quicker than I was fast. But one of the plays I finally talked our coach John Zager into putting in was the quick pitch. I said, line it up in a split backs, get me the ball in the quick. So now I'm out in the flats and I can do what I do, which is make people miss.
Right, get out there on the flat and get around that corner.
So I'd love to see Garfield do something like that. Get these really elusive runners, and I love the way that Rayon Hampton. Rayon Hampton is just he keeps those legs churning. So they're going to go a power I. We had a fan run across, a kid run across from one side to the other, now running all the way up the stands. All right, I tell you, it takes it all, John here. So the Bulldogs 3rd and 2, balls on the 46. They're in the power I. And the handoff to Rayon Hampton. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, and he keeps driving. He's out to midfield for the first down.
The ball.
Fumble, yes, and Ballard comes up with it. That is number 18, Jack McLaughlin, with the recovery.
Man, he had the first down.
Yep. I didn't see the ball come out.
No,
you said it.
Yeah, it came out. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
He had the first down.
So the Bulldogs turn it over on the 49-yard line with 3:41 left to go in the ball game, leading 35-14. And like you said, John, Rayon Hampton had the first down, and you were starting what was looking like a sustained drive to run the timeout, and then the fumble.
Yep. Well,
So the Bulldogs, started off the second half, hot, looking good, and here the last couple of drives have given up scores and have just slowed down quite a bit. The handoff, and that is Sam Crocker, and he is met in the backfield, and I believe that is number 14, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is, and that would be Diamante Wright. Diamante Wright with the stop, and that's a loss of, looks like about 3 yards back to the 47. And the clock ain't stopping. It's at 3:19 and ticking. So 2nd and 13 for the Beavers at their own 46-yard line. 3:05 left to go in the ball game.
Yep, they're coming.
And the pass got a receiver, and it is caught on the sideline.
He's still in bounds.
Yeah, Dominic Hayes. So a good play, gets a big chunk of that back.
But the defense kept him in bounds.
Yeah, kept him in bounds. And what Hayes did, he turned back inside instead of out.
Right.
You got to know in this situation, you got to roll outside and get out of bounds.
Yes, exactly, Rick. These are high school kids, so.
Well, yeah, that's and even you see the college and pro players making those mistakes. So But it is a 3rd and 5 to go. Ball's at the 46. They got to get down to the 41, and the throw and
it got caught.
And let's see how they're going to call. They're going to say nope. And one ref said it hit the ground.
It was close.
So the ball was tipped, and Jacoby Cochran Jr. almost got it. Now they're going to discuss it because Jacoby says, "Hey, I got the ball. I got underneath. I scooped it. We don't have instant replay here, so we can't see." Let's see what they say. So the referees now, 4 of the 5, are huddled at the 39-yard line, and discussing what the call is going to be here. Now the 5th one comes in.
Back judge line. Yeah, it's incomplete.
Yep, they're saying incomplete. So the one referee that called incomplete, he had a good view on it, John. He was looking straight at it, and with Jacoby coming at him, and he could see that it hit the turf. Jacoby did a good job of getting under there, scooping it, but not quite. So 4th down, and the Beavers have no option except to go for it. 4th and 5 on the 46-yard line, 2:23 left to play. They're trailing 35-14.
Now, I think Garfield's coming. They're not going to.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And
the quarterback in the pass there, a little bit high, incomplete.
That play was all messed up.
Yeah, from the start, yeah. Joe Farley was looking for Dominic Hayes. The pass was high.
And actually, I thought he was looking right to try to get the ball downfield on the right side of the formation, and then he comes left.
So didn't see what he liked or anything he liked on the right side. Came back, checked down, and was not able to make the completion. So turnover on downs 2:17 left to go. Bulldogs leading 35-14. They have it 1st and 10 on their own 46-yard line.
Now, simple principle: direct handoff. Don't fumble the ball.
Yeah, they're the power eye, and Rayon Hampton back 8 yards deep.
Direct handoff.
And he gets the
Don't
ball.
fumble the ball.
Holding two hands. Yep, 2 hands around the ball. He's hugging that ball, making sure.
Yep.
And a short gain out to the 49, gain of about 3 yards.
The clock is running.
Yep.
Don't go out of bounds.
And no 2-minute warning.
Nope.
So the clock continues to tick. It's at 1:54 and ticking 20 on the play clock. So if Garfield, again, this is kind of game management, clock management, let that play clock get down to inside 5. It's at 11 now. And, yeah, it looks like EJ Kaminong is taking his time.
Very smart.
And now it's down to 5 and 4. And the handoff.
There's a hole.
And in it, running back and spinning. And it looks like he's going to be close to a first down. That's number 8, Troy Legea. I checked it. I'm sorry. Number 8 is Denali Dukes. And Dukes, who had the touchdown run in the second quarter of 18 yards, gets it out just about a yard shy of the first down. So clock still ticking at 1:15 to play. And EJ Kaminong looking, saying, what's the play? Holding his hands up. 18 on the play clock. Garfield still got plenty of time to get the play. Now they break out of the huddle with 12 on the play clock. 1 minute to go.
Tight formation. 2 backs.
And they're trying to get it 5, 4. They may not get this play. Oh, now they just reset the. That was weird, John. It was at 4 seconds, and then they just told the play clock stopped.
Oh, no, now
and reset.
Reset.
Okay. So now EJ taking his time. Now 47 on the game clock,
and 45 on the 44 on the
15, 14 on the play clock, and 39 on the game clock. Now the handoff, and that is Rayon Hampton breaking a tackle.
Oh, my goodness.
Hampton kid.
First down.
Looks like he lost a shoe or something there, maybe. Yeah.
He literally kicked out of that tackle.
Yeah, he did. So Hampton coming out because he's got to get his shoe on. He said, "Hey, I got to get a shoe on." So we may have a timeout on the field. The clock stops, and now that referee winding it again. Running. So there's a 2 or 3 second difference. Right. So they can't let the clock run out. There's going to be one more play in the ball game here.
Yeah.
So fine performance, John, by both squads. Garfield going to walk away with their 4th win of the season and starting out division play with the win. And they're just going to kneel on it, and that is it. That does it. Garfield with a convincing 35-14 win over Ballard, and looking good are the Bulldogs. That's going to do it for me, Rick Dupree, John Yasutaki. I'm going to throw it over to Daniel B. and to Tony. And Tony B. will wrap things up, and Daniel B. give us some scores. Tony, what do you got?
You know, Rick, every year I look forward to this, but it just seems this year we have such incredible balance in the Metro League. This is just really exciting. And next week, we've got Rainier Beach and these Ballard Beavers, and these Ballard Beavers are going to be none too happy. I expect that to be a pretty good game there. Following that up with Garfield and Eastside Catholic. Wow, that's going to be a doubleheader next week.
Yes.
If you think you had a good time this week, boy, oh boy, wait till next week.
Wait till next week, yeah.
So, again, I just want to remind everybody, hey, at Rainier Avenue Radio, we're a donation-driven organization, and we really enjoy bringing these games to you. So thank those of you who've donated, and if you've enjoyed the broadcast, which I'm sure you did, go ahead and put something on our books.
Yes, sir.
Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio. Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio. Mr. Bellis, you want to give us some final scores here?
Most of the games already complete. So let's just take a look at next week. Obviously, you just heard that what we are broadcasting next week with Rainier Beach at Ballard and Eastside Catholic at Garfield. But also in action next week, O'Day will be at Seattle Prep in a another very interesting contest.
Neighborhood war.
Yeah.
Neighborhood war.
Payback time from the spring.
And this one coming after Seattle Prep got blasted by Eastside Catholic. Yes. So they're coming in with a loss, coming in and hosting O'Day right after that. Also, in Metro action, you'll have Roosevelt at Ingram. Lincoln will be at Cleveland, assuming Cleveland is back to being able to play again. Nathan Hale at Lakeside, and West Seattle at Bishop Blanchette, and Franklin at Chief Self. All those going down next week.
All right. Again, thanks to Mr. Rick Dupree and John Yasutaki. Jay Yeezy. You can catch John on Seattle Here and Now every Thursday from 6 to 7, and you'll catch Mr. Rick Dupree on Mondays at 6:30.
I just have one question to ask. What language is Jay Easy derivative from? Is it Latin? Is it?
Well, it's not Jay Easy.
Oh,
Jay
Yeezy.
With the Y, because it's Yasutaki.
Come on, Jay Yeezy, man. Come on, you got, man. You talking, man. You going back to, come on, the Funkadelic Parliament and whatever, you know.
I don't know what LOL means, but I know WTF means. And AMF.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, the world according to Jay Yeezy.
My nickname.
We have too much fun here, Rainier. And Rick, you mentioned it earlier, man. You can have your own show. On Rainier Avenue Radio. We'll train you. I'll provide you with a producer, and do your own thing here. So,
and that's the beauty of community radio, Tony. And we've talked about this before. We have a variety of shows and serving the community based on what the community wants. So whether it's foreign language shows, whether it's social justice and talk shows, sports, music, kids, you name it, we've got it.
As a matter of fact, talking to Glenn Turner today from the Emergency Feeding Program, they're going to be having a fundraiser, and they do amazing things in our community. It's the only Black-owned food distribution system in the state of Washington.
Really?
Wow. And they supply food all the way from Spokane down to Vancouver. I mean, I think it's Snohomish County, Pierce County, that they provide food for, and they're going to be having a fundraiser on October 9th. You can support them. It will be at their facility. You buy $50 and you get chips. It's casino night, and they give you a number of chips and you play. And when you lose your $50, you spend another $50.
Spend another 50. Yeah. Just keep spending, baby.
And so we go with the house on this one. So lose is what we're saying.
When
When you're playing blackjack and you have 19, hit.
Yeah, really. It's all for a good cause, you know.
Right.
But it really is when you talk about in this pandemic era and so much around food insecurity, and so the food banks and emergency feeding doing a great job, out there in kind of South Seattle.
Yeah. So we do cover sports, and if you watch us for sports, hey, we got a lot of other stuff going on too. Like I said, gentlemen here today have their own shows, and then also producer Mr. Daniel Bellis. He changes into D-Money, and what was it called? The Fresh Juice of Bel Air? Is that
I know we had a Bel Air here in the state of Washington, but
y'all need
it's
to
your
shut
world,
it.
baby.
Y'all need to shut it.
Fresh Juice of Bel Air.
Fresh Juice of Bel Air.
We got some new names that's being made up tonight, baby. That's how we do it here on
Just
Rainier
fresh
Radio.
juice. Just fresh juice, y'all. Get it right. Get it right.
Well, that's going to do it for the Rainier Avenue Radio crew. Thank you for joining us. This is Tony B. again on behalf of John Yasutaki, Rick Dupree, Daniel Bellis, and Lourdes Pimps. And remember, whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you are probably right. We're out. Peace.
We're out. Go Bulldogs.